How's everybody doing tonight, man? How's everybody doing tonight, man? How is everyone doing tonight? Woo! Ah, man. Uh, oh, you heard a snippet of it, Nate? It's coming tonight, man. I got everything came together, man. I thought I wasn't going. I thought I was going to have to push back the date, but everything came together, man. And tonight we'll be premiering the song, man. Um, Tonight we will be premiering the song. Now this one right here, and I'm learning so much, man, doing this stuff, man. I ain't even gonna be mad, man. I'm learning so much, man, doing this stuff, man. Um, Making this music, man. I'm learning so much, man. I'm learning so much. I thought I knew about the music, how to make music, and I didn't know a damn thing. I ain't know a god darn thing. I didn't know a god darn thing, man. Yeah, salute Tiffany Angel, man. Yeah, I can't wait to play it, man. I'm gonna let some more people get in here, but we're gonna have a great show tonight, man. Um, Salute to my man Innate Ways coming through, starting the $5 challenge off right. He said, I heard the whole track. Let's get them Lincolns. How'd you hear the whole track? Innate? Oh, you heard it. Okay, I know how you heard it. I know how you heard it. Never mind, don't say nothing. I know how you heard it. I'm gonna show y'all the video tonight, though. I'm gonna show y'all the video. And I hope that it plays better than it did last time. Um, the last time I don't know why it didn't play right, but we'll see. And if not, I'll just put the link and y'all can go watch it yourselves. Uh, but yeah, this one right here, this one's fire, man. This one right here, this one right here, this is fire. I wrote this song when I was in DC. The last time I was in DC, I want to say I got back from Denver early November. So I want to say I wrote this song like right after I got back from Denver. Yeah, right after I got back from Denver. I wrote um I wrote two songs, and this is one of them. And I don't even know what the inspiration for this song was, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I don't even know what the inspiration was, man, because like I was just down in the basement, you know, pacing like I always. I'm a pacer. I pace. Like if you know me, I pace back and forth, back and forth. It's hard for me to stay still. So I was pacing back and forth, and the shit just came to me. And I wrote it. And it was different than it was when I ended up. I wrote it in my head before I even put it on paper. And then I had to take some stuff out because it didn't fit. Because one thing, song structure, that's another thing a lot of people got to understand when you start writing. It's song structure, the structure, bars, bridges, choruses, hooks. You got a place for like a guitar solo or whatever the fuck, or whatever, a horn solo, whatever the hell, And then you got to take the song out. So it's like, it's a lot, man, to when you write the song in your head, and then once you put it on paper to structure it. But yeah, once I had it in my head, I was like, damn, this joint. I was like, this one's gonna be a hit, man. Because a lot of the songs that I wrote are R&B, and I wrote a lot of R&B, some soca, soul, rock. And I wrote a couple country songs in the past, but I hadn't focused on country. And these two songs I wrote when I got back from Denver. I guess being out in that Denver air where everything's flat in those mountains, I guess it gave me it was good inspiration, man. He said, my new song is going to be titled Glider Country. Salute to our nation. Shout out to Mayo and Brown Sugar. Glider Country. Yeah, man. Shout out to Glider Country. Let's start off in Glider Country, man. Let's do some news, man. Give me a glider town to start in, man. Let's start in the glider town, man. Let's start out in glider country, man. That's a good segue, man. Let's start out in glider country, man. Somebody give me a glider stronghold, man, to start out with. Let me drop this link too, man. I need a glider stronghold, man. Grand Rapids? I don't think you want to go to Grand Rapids. Montana. Salt Lake City. Oh, that's a good one, man. Let me try Salt Lake, man. Oh, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody joining us, man. Dropping the song. I'm going to drop the song at midnight, man. I'm going to drop the song at midnight. I'm going to drop the song at midnight, man. Yeah, Blanco, man. What's up, Blanco?
It's a good night out here in the West Coast. Not very sunny.
Wicked, man. What's happening, man? I sent you an email, Wicked, man. You gotta respond to that, man.
All right, what's the word?
Ain't nothing, man. Hanging in there, man.
You said a glider area?
Yeah, man. We going to glider stand, man.
where there's no lettering allowed.
We don't know, man. We on a hunt. We on a hunt for glider stand, man.
What about Appalachia or whatever the fuck with the rednecks? Let's see what the rednecks are up to. The Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, man. We searching for glider stand, man. Help us find glider stand, gliders. Stop hiding glider stand, man.
I want to say Salt Lake, but that's kind of too easy. How sunny is Nashville?
Oh, Nashville, man. Golly, man. Nashville, like Jackson, Mississippi, man. Let's do Salt Lake, man. Let's see if we can find something, man. Let me put this in the let me put the link in the description box too, man.
Because there's some people in the chat and they're saying tiny ass towns and stuff. It's like, man, we can't go no place where there's only 50,000 people.
I just looked it up, and they said South Carolina is trailer park capital of the world. I don't know what that means, but South Carolina. I don't know shit about it though, to be honest.
South Carolina, sunny though. It's like you talking about places. See, the thing about it, glider stand can only exist where there's almost no suns. Like if it's any population of suns, the news is just
it's violent.
Yeah. So it got to be like, I'm talking about like no suns. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say glider stand. We got to find that, man. We got to find that. Let's see. But hey, man, if we can't, man, let's see if we got fishermen. Maybe fishermen knows. Man. What's up, fishermen, man?
Man, fishermen don't know. You don't know about the gliders?
We searching for glider stand, man.
Fishermen, all he knows about is Juice Crew gliders. That's all he knows about.
Juice Crew, man. That's all you know about glider. Oh man, don't worry about it, man. We're gonna find glider stand, man. We're gonna find it, man. Let's see, man. Let's see. We got glider stand, man.
Hey, if you're eating eggs for breakfast, you are probably even more appreciative of them now than before because the food staple continues to be a hot commodity, one that's proving to be hard for Utahns to find and afford. Good Day Utah anchor April Baker explains who they're turning to for eggs.
It's not Easter, but the hunt is on for eggs. Many Utahns are using Facebook to ask for reputable egg dealers.
I have a little light for them little warming light for them if they need it. Thank you. It's so nice.
And backyard chicken farmers like Kath Larkin are answering that call. She owns Larkin Farm in Salt Lake City.
So I've had quite a few people on Facebook reach out. And if I have anything extra, I just feed them the best stuff possible. And then they give us great eggs. I'll behave.
About 2 weeks ago, she says a lot more of her friends and family also started coming by, looking for the fruits of her hen's labor. She has 30 of them right now.
That's Penny, and that's Tina.
Kath is struggling to keep up with demand too. She says many hens like Gigi don't lay enough eggs during the winter because of lack of sunlight and cooler temperatures.
And I get maybe a dozen eggs a day, sometimes only 10. I'll do it as long as they need to. I feel like that things will get better.
But things aren't getting better right now in Utah and across the country. That's according to Bailey Wilson-Hume, a spokesperson for the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food.
As of January 11th, our egg inventories were down 23% compared to the previous year.
She says egg farm.
So this is what you voted for, man. Fucking eggs costing more than steak and shit, man. More than crab legs, man. Eggs cost more than crab legs now, man.
But to be fair to that old senile man, there's like some kind of disease, right, or flu going around in chickens, from what I understand.
Oh, right? There is. I thought it was the price. I didn't know. It's always something where they gotta destroy. It's always, that stuff was always where they got to destroy a bunch of eggs and shit. That always happens. But this is inflation, man. The price of eggs is going up because of inflation, Jack.
Yeah, inflation and bird flu.
Yeah, the bird, whatever it is, but that's a hell of an inflation rate for eggs. If that's
to the previous year.
She says egg farms are still trying to recover from last year's effects of avian influenza. Wilson Hume says the goal right now on a state and federal level is getting these farms operating at full capacity again.
Do you have any timeline of when we could see those farms come back online, like you mentioned?
I don't have a specific timeline. It's a very lengthy process. They have to go through an extensive decontamination process before they're allowed to have birds back onto those farms.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Thank
We've
God
worked
Mexicans
diligently
aren't
to strike
stealing
the right
chickens and
balance in this.
hogging up the market.
Yeah, man.
We've been working diligently to strike the right balance in this policy, and I do believe we've got that with a firm and responsible, but also a compassionate response.
It was a tense debate in the Utah Senate today as a series of bills on transgender youth came up for a final vote.
Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow has the story from Utah's Capitol Hill.
The bills passed out of the Senate as expected, but some may be changed when they get to the House.
It bans transgendered surgeries for minors. It also puts a moratorium on new entrants to puberty blockers and cross-sex.
See what I'm saying? See, this is Gladstone, man. They don't play that shit. They don't play that, all that liberal, I mean, not liberal, but all that like super duper, like crazy shit when they're by themselves. Now, when they're in a place with like with other groups, you know, they different. But when they're by themselves, generally, they don't play that trans and cutting off and no, don't play none of that stuff, man. They said the hell with this.
No, we gotta get
Senator
the
Mike
juice out of our
Kennedy's
system.
He said we gotta get the juice. Oh my God, man.
Bill appeared for a final vote on the Senate floor. Democrats rallied against it, saying it's targeting vulnerable transgender youth.
We love these kids. We love these families. We know these families love their kids.
People like me are not accepted by the majority of this body.
Senator Nate Bluen read a statement from his legislative intern who disclosed he would be impacted by this very bill.
To anyone discouraged by how the majority of this legislature will vote, I will say this. Remember that life will get so much better if you are willing to hold on. And the best thing you can do to overcome those who try to diminish your existence is to continue to exist. I will have to face each of you on this floor after this vote, and each of you will have to face me and many other transgender people after today.
One Republican
Actually,
joined.
that's not true because there's not many transgender people. You never see them. You can go around, live your life, and never have to face a transgender person.
Right.
But it's these girls just dyeing their hair identifying as trans. That's who the hell they're talking about. They're not really, but they just say that shit.
Yeah, it's fad. It's a fad.
Democrats in voting against it.
Doesn't Utah have some kind of issue with like polygamy with kids or some shit like that?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Right. So I mean, they're just fucking kids, no big deal.
Well, everybody's doing that.
Yeah, man, you Catholics do it too.
What do you think is going on in the stand, man?
Yeah, but they do it behind closed doors. Like, all right, these motherfuckers are doing it up front like it's normal, man.
Yeah. Fuck your kids behind closed doors like decent people.
Well, I think technically the Mormon Church outlawed polygamy in like the early 1900s, but like shit still happens.
I mean, I just saw a body cam of a cop where they stopped this woman, like leader of a church, with like 10 minor girl or like wives or some shit. They're all little kids.
Wow,
I'm just saying.
Scary. That's terrifying. Yeah, and they stopped them. I'm glad they stopped them, and I'm not for that stuff. I'm against that stuff too, man.
But if he was a son, man, they would have gunned him down on the spot, though. That's my
true.
problem. That's my problem.
Look at this.
Tonight we're all going to have to slow it down and be very, very careful.
That's right. What I'm calling deceptively slick roads tonight. So please be careful, especially in Provo.
What we doing with this weather woman in Utah?
Man, Utah's news is stacked. God damn.
Along I-15, but really anywhere that you are, I know it might.
Yeah, man.
It looked like it's pretty decent out there, but we are definitely dealing with some icy spots. So please use caution. Looks like on our old mill camera on the east bench, we also are seeing some emergency flight emergency lights flashing currently. As we look at temperatures into the overnight hours, when you're waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to have quite cool temperatures. Friday at 8 a.m. for Park City. We've got Sundance already started, 1 lonely degree at 8 a.m. for Park City. Feels like it's 5 below for Alta tomorrow morning. Feels like it's in the teens for Logan, Layton, Ogden, Tooele, Provo tomorrow morning. Single digits for Beaver, below 0 for Bryce Canyon. Feels like it's about 10 degrees for Price and Vernal tomorrow morning. So we're going to have a cold start, 2 degrees in Evanston, mid-20s for St. George for what it feels like. And then throughout the day tomorrow, looking at Friday at 3 p.m., still chilly at Alta at 4 degrees, but for Salt Lake, feels like it's in the mid-20s by 3 p.m. Tooele still in the teens. So as we're looking at our satellite and radar tonight, we do still have an area of low pressure, this counterclockwise flow moving right over Utah. Bulk of our precipitation is coming down in southwest Utah. Not a whole ton of precipitation out of this, but as you just saw on those different UDOT cameras, even a small amount of precip is enough to create very tough driving conditions. So Salt Lake, or this red line, we're going to start to see our chance of precip really going down after midnight tonight. And then we're going to keep you isolated throughout the day
All
tomorrow.
right, that's enough weather, man. Golly, man.
Right. Hey, really quick. Yo, Nate Campbell, hit the link. Correct me if I'm wrong, dude. I never said polygamy was directly correlated with children. I'm saying those gliders in Utah do it with children. Hit the link, bro.
Damn. Hey.
Anti-polygamy is anti-black. That's my opinion.
Yeah, man. You know how we roll, man. Especially on the continent, man. Let's see. Okay. Gladystan, man.
A downtown Salt Lake City charter school is trying to raise money to renovate their sports court. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking for what you throw.
Whoa, what? What? Hold on, let me hold on.
A downtown Salt Lake City charter school is trying to raise money to renovate their sports court. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking for what you throw out when you finish your soda. I went to City Academy to find out why a student-led committee says cans can be the solution.
Okay.
The Reduce, Reuse, Recycle Committee at the Academy is crushing cans, along with a problem that's been developing since the school opened here 20 years ago.
Floor, it's deteriorating, and we kind of need more padding because we don't want kids to slip or get hurt, and they're pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie.
These are some POC kids out here, man. It looks like a Patel and a Tiger right here, man.
That's a depressed looking group of kids if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, these kids are weird. These are the group that's trying to get something done. The cool kids are off like screwing each other and smoking weed and shit.
Ethan, that's the that's the smell of a revitalized sports court, my friend.
This is the only area the K through 12th graders at the school can go to recreate.
Get damaged at times.
Even if the sports court isn't ideal, the school location is.
We had the opportunity to choose a school that had the gym and all that, but we wanted to be in the city where the students can go out and learn.
Roger Quinones helps advise the Recycle Committee.
So it's more than just teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic. You're teaching hands-on social skills as well.
Yeah, I think it's important to build like the whole student. But yeah, I think there are important social aspects that we build here that are going to help students in the future when they're looking at a career where they have to work with people, communicate, present, whatever it may be.
What do you think that is? 15? Maybe 15?
And that's why committees are important here. Every student is part of one, from photography to event planning, designed to serve the greater good.
So it's a way that students have a say in what their school community looks like, beyond what the teachers.
Oh man, wow! Can we pick it up a little bit, Gladystan, man?
I was gonna say Glider News is boring. Now where the straight bullets at?
Yeah, man. Like what's going on over here, man?
I didn't see a single bullet hole in that backboard.
It's boring. I mean, if you ask me, you know.
Yeah, man. What? Oh, it's an animal. Let's see. Man. I know y'all got some sons here, man. Where they at? What they doing, man? What is he doing? Okay, here we go. Let's see this.
Well, the ballpark community is reacting to the news of the Bees' departure.
Fox 13 News reporter Darian DeBrule spoke with ballpark residents about what the Bees have meant to them and what they hope comes next for their neighborhood.
It's like removing the temple from downtown or like putting the Delta Center all the way in Holiday. It just doesn't seem right.
Jack Waters is one of many Bees fans in the ballpark neighborhood. He says over the years, he's been to over 150 Bees games.
I love supporting the team, going to the games, having friends over.
But baseball nights will soon look different for Waters and the entire ballpark community.
The celebration as we have known it is no longer going to be happening in the neighborhood in 2 years. That's heartbreaking.
Community members wonder what.
Okay, they're losing. Somebody said Montana, man. Didn't that guy kill a bunch of people in Montana? Oh, that was Idaho. I wonder if there's been another murder out there since then.
Probably not.
Let's see. Let's see. Come on, Gliders, man. Come on, Gliders. Step it up, man. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
First tonight, more vandalism inside Billings churches. Earlier this week, we showed you the damage done when vandals broke into Mary Queen of Peace Catholic Church on Billings South Side. Well, tonight we've learned that 2 others were also broken into this week. Let's get right to Q2's David J. for the latest on that.
Some churches in the area have had some break-ins, including Central Christian Church. The pastor here says he doesn't believe they're connected or related, and they did break some windows here, but didn't take anything.
Broke that and reached in and opened that.
It's been a destructive week for 3 Billings churches. At Central Christian Church, repairs have been made after Pastor Doug Garner says someone used a painted rock to break through a back door from a parking lot. All of it caught on surveillance video.
The image is real faint and blurry. So again, our tech guy Braden is going to try and clean that up a little bit, see if we can find anything that's a little bit more identifiable. Their head was right even with that, so they're about that tall. Pretty short, pretty slight. Could be female. Could be a kid.
Once in the building, Pastor Garner says the person took some keys out of a mailbox,
keep that there,
opened an office door, and disconnected wires to cameras. That person then wandered all around the church.
The cookie sheet is right there.
I mean, did they steal anything though?
They obviously Glider did not steal anything.
Good sign up.
Even finding a cookie sign-up sheet where he or she left some messages.
Be safe. I watch out for you all. God.
Listen, Ak, I'll drop the link again. You need to check this link out and you will understand how crazy you guys have driven the Gliders. Okay? You've driven us off the edge at this point. Check this out.
All right, I'll check it out, man. The guy broke into the church, wandered around, and then left a note. Be safe. I watch out for you all. God.
Meantime, not far away, it's a similar scene at the Latter-day Saints Temple. The church says someone here also broke a window to break inside, but left before doing any further damage. And on Tuesday, vandals broke into Mary Queen of Peace Parish on the south side, stealing statues and defacing artwork in the walls of the church.
That's right.
Garner,
you real now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, now the first one, they probably actually left some cash over there to fix the window that they broke. On that first one.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Outside, stealing statues and defacing artwork in the walls of the church. Gardner says he doesn't believe that the incidents were connected or that his church was even specifically targeted.
They don't seem related to me. It just doesn't really follow any kind of a good pattern. It doesn't really surprise me though, because like I said, we get hit about once a year.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Shit, man, is there? Let's see.
Fun fact about Montana: all liquor stores are owned by the state, and a lot of times it's at the sheriff's office.
Wow.
And then, like, only restaurants can sell like liquor to people dining in.
Wow.
But yeah, if you want some beers, you got to go buy it from the deputies.
That's crazy. Let's see, man. Been looking. Okay, here we go.
Well, tonight we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, remembering the civil rights leader who fought to end race discrimination. Ceremonies were held throughout the day in Billings, and tonight our David J. takes us to the final celebration of the night as dozens gather to honor MLK.
It's a Billings tradition to march from South Park to the All Nations Fellowship Church, and they're continuing that today in celebration of the Reverend.
8 people. How lucky y'all are, man. They probably complained about how few people came to their Martin Luther King march, not knowing that this is actually a sign that you're doing really good. Like, you are in good shape when there's 8 people at your MLK march.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
We shall overcome someday.
This year, they shortened the walk in honoring Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, achievements, and dream.
Respect people and forget the stuff about dissension and derision. We need help each other.
So look in the inside instead of outside. Oh, Martin Luther King Day or any day.
And the piano player or the minister of music drove from Big Timber.
For almost 50 years, I have come down to Billings to play piano for the African American community as often as I could. And I don't miss the really big celebrations like this one.
Dave Christensen is a Vietnam veteran and has a special appreciation for the Reverend Doctor.
We offered to risk our lives to make a nation where everybody is respected and honored and lives in safety and dignity.
Yeah, he just wants to play piano for some people who can actually clap on 2 and 4. That's what it is, man. It's like he's like busy playing. It's like 1 and 3, like all year long, and once a year he gets to play for some people who got some time. You know, he would not miss it for the world.
Oh my God, man! Wow, man! A lot of older sons out here, man. These sons right here. These are not problem sons, man. Right here.
Jesus, we thank you. And some of the good messages continued at the church.
All lives matter. We matter as a people, not as a category. I'm here today because I'm living.
This one might be a little sketchy, but we gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
Category. I'm here today because I'm living the life that Dr. Martin Luther King was fighting for.
He's no problem. His name is Simon, and it's spelled Simon. There is not a problem there, man.
God bless the whole world, no exceptions.
Baby. God bless America.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
All right, man.
What a bunch of
They
dumbasses.
celebrate Juneteenth.
Oh my God, man. Hope not. For their sake, I hope not.
I like Juneteenth, man. I get overtime for that, you know. I appreciate it.
Oh man. Yeah, man. What are y'all doing out here, man? Y'all, let's see. Not much going on out here, man. Let's see Idaho.
Yeah,
man.
the link I dropped is from. It's a glider, and it's from I believe Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh, you talking about a Canadian glider?
Yeah, it's a Canadian glider, and you got to check it out, man. Dude's
Yeah.
trying. He's having a problem. He's trying to trying to go to the gym.
We'll check it out next, man. We'll check it out next. I'm just searching for Gladystan, man. Somebody said go to Denver. I'm like, shit. Denver is Gladystan, but I mean the news ain't. They got enough suns, man, to where the news, you go out there, you won't see no suns, but it's just enough to where the news is covered for shootings and violence. Oh, okay.
And now, your first alert weather.
No. That's the, let's see. Damn.
I hope they're getting ready for my favorite month of the year, you know?
Yeah, oh, here we go.
The sun month?
Yeah.
People from around the region gathered to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A march and a rally took place this afternoon at Idaho State University to remember what he stood for.
Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Let's start the $5 challenge. 22 minutes away from me releasing my single, my latest single. 12 o'clock midnight, man.
Local News 8 reporter Cole Sams was there and shows us what happened.
The ISU community rallied together Monday to honor Martin Luther King Jr. and the annual holiday that celebrates the change he brought to the world. Students, faculty, and the president of the university marched through the Bengal campus with chants of unity and positivity.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah, communist one, you stupid fucks.
President Kevin Satterley gave some powerful statements about the change that is still needed to be done.
And we're here today at Idaho State University for the Hope for Our Future. And about making our communities better and making a stand that bigotry and racism are not acceptable.
Why at Idaho State do you need to make it better and make a stand against bigotry and hatred? Why? What have y'all done? The hell?
What we see among our elected officials, what we see on social media, what we see in our local communities across the country and here locally, we are better than that.
The ceremony also included speeches from ASISU President Andrew Webb and former ISU track standout and assistant coach Trayshawn Malone. They both talked about persevering in order to enact real change.
Persevering through shit that they didn't go through. This is stuff that they didn't go through.
Persevering in order to enact real change.
Let us be the change that we wish to see in the world and be a stone of hope for future generations. And as Dr. King once said, darkness cannot drive out darkness.
If we think about Dr. King's legacy, he was able to persevere, feel the sting of defeat, handle hard better, and lastly to me, which is the most important aspect of them all, the points I make is he kept and cherished the hope he had, not only for the U.S., but for the entire world through his amazing life.
Malone says we are not done in our quest to end racial injustice, but we must never lose hope.
In the speech, he tells us, even in the darkest times, we can always find hope. It is our hope that as you go about your day, that you always find hope.
Reporting in Pocatello, I'm Cole Sams.
All right, let me see. You said you got something for me in the back chat. Oh man, yikes, man. Gladys, you guys are boring. I'm getting sleepy and shit. Fucking around you guys. God, dog, you guys are fucking boring as shit. Fuck. God damn, man. I think y'all need an infusion, man, of suns, man, out there, man.
Our idea of a hot time out on the town at night is going out and having a nice meal at a restaurant and then paying for it.
And leaving a tip.
You know, and
Leaving
then
a nice tip.
leaving a big tip, and then driving at
Go.
the speed limit home. That's
Go
our-
go
that's a
feed
hot
ducks in the
night.
park.
That's a really hot night out, man.
Right. So at what point do you guys shoot your gun recklessly though? Is there any point you guys do that at all? Or
When our
is that a
wife
thing?
files for divorce,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Kill everybody in the house. They do
God
that a lot.
damn.
Yeah. Let's
This
see.
was featured on ABL, man.
Let's see this guy, man.
28-year-old Bridget Klein Simpson has identified as a woman for years, and she wants to get into better shape. So she went to the Bodyworks Gym for Women in Parksville for a membership. Klein Simpson
breaking
says she
up
was
bad.
initially welcomed, but after
Okay,
one
hold on. Let me. Oh my God, man. Let me bring what's your face up.
Yeah, to be fair, the gliders do come off as boring, but hey, it's a nice and easy pace. I appreciate it, you know. It's better than the sun pace.
Yeah, you gliders, man. God damn, man.
It was fucking ridiculous, man.
Right, it's so boring. It's so fucking boring, man.
It just feels so safe. You know what I mean?
Billings, Montana is 0.86% sun.
Man,
don't worry, that'll change.
Between that bullshit that was going on at ISU and this bullshit you fitting to talk, we are doomed.
28-year-old Bridget Klein Simpson has identified as a woman for years, and she
How's
wants
my
to get into
sound?
better shape. So she went to the Bodyworks Gym for Women in Parksville for a membership.
Dog shit.
it's worse. It's worse than
Initially
before.
It's worse. It might be the
Way
video.
worse.
Wow.
Yeah, the video's popping like crazy.
Yeah, it's straight doo doo.
I don't know if Sunmen can handle the plains in winter though. The northern plains in winter, whew, that wind whipping across there about 70 miles an hour, 40 below. I'm not sure Sunmen can handle that.
28-year-old Bridget Klein Simpson has identified as a woman for years,
about
and she
now?
wants to get into better shape. So she went to the Bodyworks Gym for Women.
Nah, it sucks.
It might
It's
be
really
the-
choppy. I don't know why.
It might be the video. Let me play let me play another video, man. See this.
I mean, we don't really need to listen to that fugly dude anyway.
Across the street from
How
Southside
about
High
this?
School. The victim ran inside the school.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was that video, man. You sent me a janky video, man. Fuck that guy, man.
No, I just kind of want to
right
show you
across the street
like
from
where
Southside High-
the gliders have gotten to, man. That's what's
Yeah,
happening.
no, we see, man. All we needed to do was see his ass identifying as a woman, trying to work out at a woman's gym.
And
In
tonight,
the boring
an
areas,
entertaining
was pushing that.
street from South.
in the boring areas where the gliders are, all they do is spend all their safe time coming up with fake hate crimes and bowing down to the altar of George Floyd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, they're also turning themselves into women and demanding that they get rights as women. Man, shit is over, bro.
That's the only way the white male can get to any victim points these days is become a transgender, right?
That's true. That is true. That is a great point, though. Like, there's no pity or empathy or sympathy for white males. None.
None. I feel bad for them. I gotta admit, and I'm being serious when I say that. I think it's bullshit what they're doing.
Unless you're a juice glider, then you can fucking kick everybody off everything as soon as you fucking feel like it.
Yeah.
But this one right here you're doing this. Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking. This glider. Sit back and let us show you how it's done, man.
Okay, we're all ears.
And
We're
tonight,
all
a
ears
shooting
now.
right across the street from a Southside High School. The victim ran inside the school for help. Nate Rogers is the latest from the Grand Crossing neighborhood. Nate.
Police spent several hours here surveying the damage and especially looking for surveillance video. Also here right now, you can still see the two vehicles involved.
It's popping and skipping like crazy now.
Oh shit, they're doing this shit on my night when I'm supposed to premiere my song. These fuckers, they must know that because it never does it this bad. They must know that. They must have heard me say that, so they're gonna.
Yeah, it's the country music establishment that's coming after him.
Yeah, it's
Mongo
pretty.
don't
It's pretty
know.
bad. It hasn't been this
Mongo
bad.
is just pawn in Game of Life.
Wow.
It hasn't been this bad in a while. Ever
Yeah.
probably even, to be honest.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. Yeah, it's like crazy. It's like they fucking know how to. They know when you about to do some shit. That's crazy. Wow.
Plowing through the fence and landing in the front yard of this home. Crime tape and police cars surrounding two homes.
How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
At the corner of 78th and Dobson.
Uh-oh.
Clues into who's
It's not good anymore.
No. That Dobson, that's the stand. The stand.
Dobson is the stand.
78 and Dobson, the stand.
Yeah, man.
78th and
So, who do you think has more crime in a year? This one block, 78th and Dobson, or Billings, Montana?
Man, I think this area, this neighborhood.
I mean, this one block has more crime than that entire region, like Montana, Idaho, North Dakota. You know,
I'll be fair.
Washington.
I'll say the neighborhood. But
what's the name of this neighborhood that Dobson is in?
You know what? I don't know for sure, but it sounds like the Chatham, Auburn, Gresham area. But it's the South Side. You could pretty much call it the South Side. You know?
Okay, so I'm gonna look up on Hey Jackass to see how many murders they have a year. This is you said Chatham or Auburn, Gresham?
Yeah. Let me look it up for you right now. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Auburn, Gresham.
It's Auburn, Gresham. Okay. Well, they used to do this on Hey Jackass. Hey Jackass is okay. Here we go. Okay, so Auburn, Gresham. So far this year, Auburn, Gresham has only had 4 shootings, 4 wounded, and Chatham has had 2 homicides and 4 wounded this year.
What about is Grand Crossing on there? Or
No,
Chatham?
Grand Crossing hasn't made the list. You got Inglewood, Austin, Roseland, Washington Park, Chatham, Garfield Park, New City, North Lawndale, Auburn, Gresham. It's early though.
Yeah,
it's early. It's early. I would like to see last year. I would like to see the numbers for last year for these places. Let me see. 2022. Let's see how many murders this place had in 2022. Let's see. Okay, so you said Grand Crossing.
You know what? I'm looking at it again right now, and I think it's Chatham.
Okay, it's Chatham. Okay, it's Chatham. Okay, so last year Chatham had 27 homicides and 74 wounded. So you think that might be more than Billings at Montana?
That might be more than the entire
100%,
state. That
easily.
might be more than the entire state of Montana.
This is one neighborhood.
Yeah, but that could be more than the entire state.
Wow. You had 4 neighborhoods in Chicago last year that had 40 homicides. And you had another, I think, 10 or 12, maybe 15 that had over 20 homicides. Neighborhoods. These are not like, you know what I'm saying, districts. These aren't sides of the city. These aren't, boroughs. This is just a neighborhood. Unfucking believable.
Dobson. Detectives here searching for clues into who's responsible.
Laying on the couch right here, I heard maybe anywhere between 6 to 8 shots. Sounded like it was right up under the window.
Police say a 19-year-old was behind the wheel of this black Dodge
Okay.
Charger before colliding with this stolen F-150 truck. As the victim
I got the 2020 numbers from Montana. Guess how many murders there are in the entire state of Montana for the year 2020?
Let me guess. Hold on. No, not 16.
54.
54. Okay, that we lowballed it, man. We lowballed it, man. You gliders are killing shit out there, man. 54. That's huge. That's a huge number, man.
Actually, per capita, it was higher than New York. Per capita.
Wow.
Because per capita was 5 per 100,000. New York was 4.2.
There's quite a few Prairie Patels there, though.
But we're talking about the state. We're talking about states. We're not talking about the entire states, not cities.
Yeah, 54 murders, 54 homicides. Yeah, there's neighborhoods in Chicago that's going to do that this year.
Exited his car, he was shot by unknown offenders who immediately left the area. The shooting happened around 3:30 p.m. across the street from Grand Crossing Park.
Looks like one of the victims ran into the
So
school.
it's Grand Crossing.
The offender is not on.
CPS confirms a victim ran inside of Hearst High School seeking help. The school sending a letter to parents in part saying CPD and school leadership work to assist a person associated with the incident who is not related to our school. Also, this did not directly impact any members of our school community.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
You can see the back window of this Dodge Charger shot out as police canvass the block for evidence. Neighbor Portia Williams has lived in the area 2 years. She says she's become numb to the ongoing violence.
It's Chicago. I don't think I'm surprised anymore when it comes to like gunshots happening anywhere. It's not surprising me.
And at last check, that 19
Okay, Idaho per capita versus Illinois per capita, right? Idaho per capita is 2.2, right? 2.2 murders per 100,000. Illinois, 9.
9, and that's counting all those counties out there where there's no sun.
Where nothing is
Yeah, the
happening.
67 counties that said we're not going to enforce your AR ban right there.
Yeah, it's like 67 counties that there's no suns in. That's crazy.
It's not surprising me.
And at last check, that 19-year-old victim was taken to UFC Hospital where he was listed in critical condition. Chicago police telling us no suspects are in custody. On the city's south side, Nate Rogers.
No suspects in custody.
Yo, UFC is one of those hospitals that could patch you up blindfolded. They do it.
They're good over there.
They're real good. I'm not blindfolded, brother.
They just
Police
need
in
to hit that
Galveston are
city with
searching
a
for the
technical
people.
nuke. Call it a day. Chicago's lost.
They do.
Yeah,
They
but
do
you know
too
what?
good of a job, if you know what I mean.
Louisiana's killing it though. Right, quite literally. Louisiana has 15.8 murders per 100,000.
Wow. That's
Louisiana is sunny AF.
Yeah, and if you do the cities, man, like New Orleans and Baton Rouge, it's like 50.
I know 2
Monroe,
glider queens that live in.
Bogalusa, Shreveport.
I know 2 glider queens that live in NOLA, and I asked one of them what she thought the problem was, and she said it's poverty. And I said, what does poverty have to do with carjacking people for joyrides? And she just stared off into the distance. No idea. I said, so this is what happens when you live in sunny cities. And she said, no, it's everybody doing it. And I said, okay. I call bullshit on that.
Everybody, a white kid, if he get carjacked, it's a white kid going to be standing there with a gun.
Right. That's how stupid glider queens are.
I'd love to see that story, man. If you have that story, send it to me, man, please.
Police in Galveston are searching for the people
0.1%
who
of
stabbed a
carjackings.
73-year-old man to death. Happened Tuesday on a beach near Boddicker Road. Police in Galveston are searching for the people who stabbed a 73-year-old man to death. Happened Tuesday on a beach near Boddicker Road. Police say Albert Titov was fishing at the time of the attack. Police are looking for 2 men spotted leaving the scene in a white 4-door sedan. If you have
Who stabbed this 73-year-old Ukrainian refugee in Galveston?
And who is leaving in multiple people in a 4-door sedan?
Umbritos.
Damn. He survived Ukraine and then fucking comes over here and gets killed.
any information, you were asked to call Galveston Crime Stoppers at 409-763.
Man, let me get ready to play this song for you guys, man. I gotta get this song ready for you guys. We're gonna play my new single, man, that I worked on for the last couple months, man. If it doesn't play well, I'm just gonna put the goddamn link in the description box, because last time it didn't play well. It just, like, what did you say happened, Johnny?
It was tinny, like it was filtered through StreamYard and didn't have all of the
instruments,
and all of the I guess all of the musical tones in there. It was like it was cut off, like it was going through a phone. You know, the phone cuts off the high and the low end frequencies.
It took the richness. It took the richness out of the sound.
Well, this one right here is very wealthy, man. I'm hoping that it overcompensates for the fact that I'm hoping it overcompensates for the fact that that StreamYard does that. If not, I'll just simply play the song. I mean, I'll simply what do you call it?
A little twang in it, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I'll simply just what do you call it? Here we go. Let's see if it plays, man. Let's see if it plays, guys. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see if it plays. Hopefully it does. Tell me if it sounds tinny or not.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Huh? It doesn't sound right?
Yeah, I can already tell that it's that same effect.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can hear it in its full array, its full richness. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna put the link in the pinned comment in the description box.
I already got it on Rumble in the chat and the comments.
Did you see? Did it sound like that, Johnny?
It didn't sound as rich. It didn't sound as bad as the other one, but it didn't sound as rich when it started.
How does it do that, man?
That's got to be StreamYard.
This shit is annoying, man. I see people on here playing fucking jamming all night, like they be having jam sessions. Like, I'm playing music tonight and shit. You know what I'm saying?
If they log in and broadcast using YouTube, it doesn't go through StreamYard. StreamYard is what you need to in order to have a panel up here.
Oh, okay. I see. Hold on. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's crazy, man. This shit just blows my mood.
StreamYard does audio mixing in the background, and there's plenty of streamers that complain about it, but StreamYard is one of the easiest streaming platforms to do for multiple streaming.
Okay, so make sure y'all go check out my hit single, man. Everybody, I'm gonna give y'all some time to go check it out. I just put the link in the pinned comment in the chat, man. Y'all can go check it out, man. On my other channel, man. God damn, that shit blows me. That shit blows the fuck out of me, man. I would like to really play it for you guys, but they
It actually sounded okay on my end, but I have, I'm not listening on my computer here, so.
You're not listening on your computer. Let me see.
No, I have. It's going through some real speakers, but it sounded okay on my side.
See, I don't want it to I don't want people to think that's how it really sounds. Because the production on this one right here, I produced this one. I didn't actually produce it, but the production that I put into this one, I actually executive produced it and wrote it. But the producers that I worked with on this one, and the mixing and mastering, it is top, not the best. I mean, the best I could find, man. Let me see something.
How you doing, Grams? I just met this girl named Dawn. I told her I'm a singer. She said, ooh, can you write me a song? Well, Graham stroked his whiskers and said, ooh, looky here. Do you like her? And I said, yeah. What you gonna wanna do is put a little twang on it, yeah. Just let your feelings fly. Put a little twang on it. Just look her in the eye, yeah. Put a little twang on it. I bet you it'll make her cry, yeah. Put a little bit of that twang on it, yeah. It's been a year, Graham, saying you weren't wrong. Since I wrote her that sweet little ditty, she won't leave me alone. He smiled so hard you could see his crow's feet. He said, son, it goes deep. Yeah, boy, what you gotta do is put a little twang on it, yeah. Just let your feelings fly. Put a little twang on it. Just look her in the eye, yeah. Put a little twang on it. I bet you it'll make her cry, yeah. Put a little bit of that twang on it. You can write a good song for a girl, and you can brighten up her whole world. But it don't mean a thing if you don't give it that old country twang.
Perhaps ain't no fool if you know what I'm seeing. I just don't remember you being as cool as you're claiming. You're a big strong man,
And you're a pretty little thing,
but it don't feel the same if it don't got that twang.
What you gonna wanna do is put a little twang on it. Just let your feelings fly. Put a little twang on it. Just look her in the eye, yeah. Put a little twang on it. I bet you it'll make her cry, yeah. Put a little bit of that twang on it. Oh, yeah. Don't just sing it, son. Don't just sing it. You gotta throw some twang on it. Woo! Don't just sing it, son. Don't just sing it, yeah. You gotta throw a little twang on it.
It sounded decent to me, man. It didn't sound like 100% like I wanted, like it sounds if you listen to it on YouTube, but it sounded decent, man.
Sounded good, man. I got to roll. Good show.
All right, man. You take it easy, Vladimir, man.
Yeah, it was cool. It wasn't as poppy as that crap that they play on the radio. I meant like poppy as like, culture music pop. Sounded more, like 80s, 90s rock.
Oh, okay, okay. What's up, Nate Ways, man? How's it going? You gotta unmute you muted it, Nate. Marcy, what's up, man?
Not much. That was your song?
Yeah.
It's something new. I say that much.
Okay.
You're
Tell
not
you
gonna
what,
have
I
any
love the
no
guitar riff
21
on it.
Savage?
Huh?
No 21 Savage?
Nah, no 21 Savage. That was 20 years ago, man. 21 years ago.
Man, I ain't getting on, man. I just dropped the link on the for you to check out, man. Some glider crime that happened today.
You put it in the back chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
What do you think about the song, Nate?
I like it, man. I liked it right off rip when I heard it earlier. I like the video though, man. It's good stuff. I put it on my country playlist, dog.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, man.
And they don't like country though. He's
Yeah, I only
King
got
kind of guy.
like 50 songs on my country list, so
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, that's special.
Let me do a poll, man. I'm gonna do a poll for the nation, man, and see what they think about this, man. I'm
Hey,
very interested.
I might come back, man. I'm gonna roll me a blunt, get on my computer, man. I'm on my phone.
Okay, man. Yeah, come on back, man. Definitely, man. Let me see. Let me do a poll, man. See what the people think about this. Hold on. What do you think about it, Wicked? Okay.
You know what? The quality, I think on my end, I'm gonna hear it on something else right now, and I'll let you know. But I think the quality could have been better. I don't think it was 100%. Because I wasn't really hearing it a lot either, to be honest. But I'm gonna hear it right now. Give me a second.
Okay. Go ahead. Check it out on because it sounded good on my earbud, man. My earbud, that shit sounded pretty decent, man. It didn't sound like how it sounds, but it sounded pretty decent, man. It was better than the last time. The last time the StreamYard distorted the song. StreamYard just distorted the song. What do you think about it, Stunner?
I like the first song better.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's decent. But again, I'm gonna go listen to it off here because again, it didn't sound right to me. It didn't sound like it was playing right.
Yeah, StreamYard, and the broadcast to YouTube, it like cut out, the bottom 10% and the top 10% or so of the sound, so it sounded not as deep and rich. I went and listened to it while you started over here. I went and listened to it on my speaker on the YouTube thing, and it sounded great. I love the guitar riff.
Okay.
But I still like do.
I'm gonna remix that.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I'm gonna remix that one because I don't like that one. I gotta mix that one. That I didn't like the mix on that one. I like the way the engineer on this one did this one. I got a new engineer. Professional engineer. He mixed this one. I'm trying to. Hold on, let me just see, man. What's so funny?
I was just seeing the good song in there leading the poll.
Oh, good song. Let me see something. I advise you guys to go listen to it. Hit the link and go listen to it. Hit the link and go listen to it if you can, because it sounds. I'm just doing this just.
How you doing, Grams? I just met this girl named Dawn. I told her I'm a singer. She said, ooh, can you write me a song? Well, Graham stroked his whiskers and said, ooh, looky here. Do you like her? And I said, yeah. What you're gonna wanna do is put a little twang on it, yeah. Just let your feelings fly. Put a little twang on it. Just look her in the eye, yeah. Put a little twang on it. I bet you it'll make her cry, yeah. Put a little bit of that twang on it, yeah. It's been a year, Graham, saying you weren't wrong. Since I wrote her that sweet little ditty, she won't leave me alone. He smiled so hard you could see his crow's feet. He said, son, it goes deep. Yeah, boy, what you gotta do is put a little twang on it, yeah. Just let your feelings fly. Put a little twang on it. Just look her in the eye, yeah. Put a little twang on it. I bet you it'll make her cry, yeah. Put a little bit of that twang on it. You can write a good song for a girl, and you can brighten up her whole world, but it don't mean nothing if you don't give it that old country twang.
Perhaps ain't no fool if you know what I'm seeing. I just don't remember you being as cool as you're claiming. You're a big strong man.
Go listen to it. Go listen to it. Hit the link. Go listen to it on your own, because StreamYard compresses it. It takes the soul out of it. You can't hear the richness of the voices or the instruments.
Oh, I just heard it. It's good.
Yeah,
I like
thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
I like it more than the Peggy Sue one.
Yeah, I'm gonna read.
I like Peggy Sue too, though. I thought it was good too, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's got to be the same thing that happens with the telephone. It compresses it down to just normal hearing range and doesn't worry about the depth of the bass or the top of the treble.
Yeah. Salute. PL Sanders says maybe it's the wine, maybe it's the weed, or maybe it's that twang. Could be that thing. I can rock with it. Okay, salute to PL Sanders, man. David Miller says cult of personality. What does that mean? Isn't that a group? Wasn't that a song from back in the day? Cult of personality.
In living color.
Cult of
Living color.
personality.
Yeah. They were from England, right? They were from Britain. The black guys, right?
Yeah.
From Britain. Yeah. I remember that song. Yeah. Salute to you. Salute to Stephen Jerome. He says you're a good songwriter. I love it. Yeah, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to David with the Cash App. Yeah, man. I'm I think this song is gonna. I think this song might be able to do well because what I really wanted was this song to pave the way for my next song. The next song that I'm gonna release, which I completed today, ironically, that's gonna be a smash hit. The next song that I put out, that's gonna be a classic. And but I want this song to build the momentum for that. To on StreamYard and on different platforms, get the buzzing up, get me out there. So when I drop my next single, just blow the doors off the place, man. I got a good team now. I got an excellent team, man. Salute to my team, man. Producers, engineers, singers. They bring it to life. Because when this song was in my head, when I wrote it and it was in my head, they were able to bring it to life just how I wanted it. Because sometimes when you're a songwriter, people when you try to convey what you want, the people may have a different take on it, and they may bastardize it or make it the way they think it should be. These people made it just the way I wanted it. Maybe 98%. There's a little few things that they took their liberties on, but 98%. I was satisfied with how the team did it, and I was very happy. Salute to Bike, man. Bike coming through with the Cash App, man. Salute to you, Bike. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, says, great song, Ak. I really liked it. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. Make sure when you get a chance, take a few more. I'm giving y'all a few moments to go listen to it on the link that's in the pinned link in the comment section. I'm giving y'all a chance to go listen to it. Click that link and go listen to it in the pinned link in the comment section. So we're doing pretty good on the poll, man. Only 10% saying it's trash, man. That's good, man. And that's probably 10% that don't like country music, because I don't know if you like country music. I know you ain't saying it's trash if you like country music. Because I've been listening to some country music here and there. I try not to listen to a lot of country music because I don't want to be influenced. But I've listened to a little bit of country music more than I have in the past. And I'm like, hey, man, it's the stuff from the 90s and the 2000s was so great, man. It's like this. It's similar to hip hop. I think country music is experiencing the same thing hip hop experiencing, where the best stuff was made in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. What do y'all think?
For country, nah, chief.
Okay, good.
The old school country and the country that's coming out today, that's like going back to that. I don't really like hip hop anymore. Hip hop to me it annoys me, to be honest. It just represents to me like everything that's wrong right now. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's how I feel,
The country music of today sounds too much like hip hop. That's the problem with it.
Yeah. It's
Morgan Wallen and Luke Bryan.
Well, they're good.
Luke Combs.
Yeah, Luke Bryan doesn't sound like rap, but
Cody Johnson.
No, but there's a faction of it, hip hop and other factions of rap of country that does sound like hip hop. And I had to get my producer to one of my producers on this song. He had a lot of scratches and hip hop shit in there, and I told him to take it out because the song was sounding too hip hoppy, and I wanted this song to sound authentically country. I wanted it to not sound like the new hip hoppy country, and I hope I accomplished that, man. But yeah, he was trying to put a lot of that hip hop shit in there, and I was like, nah, take that shit out of there, man. Too many ad libs and shit, and change synthesizers and auto tune on the voice. I'm like, nah, man, just sing it. Just sing it like I wrote it. And I hope that I was accomplished that. I feel like I accomplished that, man. And that was something that I really wanted, man, out of this song. But yeah, salute to everybody, man. We're gonna get back to the show in a minute, man. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to listen to the song so they can take the poll and tell me what it's like, because I need y'all feedback, man. Because the song's already out. It's not like I can change anything, but I'm just interested in what Op Nation thinks about the song. So you can click the link in the pinned comment above the chat.
You want the constructive feedback so you can continue to improve.
Yeah, and if you don't know anything about music, you don't have to like critique it. You can just say it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, everybody wants to be a music fucking aficionado and shit. And some people, if you may not be qualified for that, you know what I'm saying? You just tell me of it. You like if you can dance to it, or you like it, you can bounce to it or whatnot, or you can't, Because I thought I knew about music until I embarked on this journey, man. Man, fucking tempos, fucking pitch and vocal ranges and shit. It's a lot of shit, man, that goes into that, man. Making these songs that I think, if you think you know, you don't know, man.
Well, I was in band for 11 years.
Yeah,
I don't know specifics about things,
yeah.
but I know good music when I hear it.
Then you know. You know what I'm saying? Then you know. If you were a band.
Yeah, these hip hop songs with 4 notes that repeat over and over again, they get boring for me real fast.
Yeah. I had tried to put a lot of changes in there. You know what I'm saying? I tried to put a lot of changes.
Oh yeah, it's very rich.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Now, I'm glad you was in a band, because I that's the type of input I need. People who are musically sound and people that know, you know what I'm saying, like bass and how the levels and all that stuff. Because like this, the first engineer on the engineer I had on Peggy Sue, his engineering skills are like they're not even on the same planet with the guys who engineered this song. So I'm gonna have this guy. I'm gonna have him remix and master and add some stuff to Peggy Sue, and I'm gonna re-release Peggy Sue sometime down the line, so it can be fat and full. You know what I'm saying? And radio like this song, whether you like it or not, it sounds like it could be on the radio, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? The quality, it's radio quality, whether you like it or not. But yeah, let's get back into it, man. Thank you guys for taking the poll, man. Salute to you guys. Yeah, salute to all you guys. We got a dust up, man, at a basketball game. Goddamn, old Shay, man. Old Shannon Sharp, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man, we got Shannon Sharp, man. We got a little dust up at the basketball game, man. Similar to the fight the other day, man. You can't take sons nowhere, man. You can't take sons nowhere. Shit. Wow, we are going to we are going we are going to we are going to oh man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody, man. God, man. What the hell happened here? What the hell happened here? Shannon Sharp gets into it with Ja Morant's dad. Salute to let me.
Hey, John Morant's dad is no punk, and he will tell you what's on his mind.
Yeah, but Shannon Sharp is a Sherman tank, man. I don't care if you a punk or not. Shannon Sharp is a Sherman tank, and he's a professional hitter of people. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen Shannon Sharp crying on national TV. He's not a Sherman tank.
No, I'm talking about he's built like a Sherman tank. Have
You
you
know what I
seen
mean? Sherman tank built dudes get cleaned up.
No, listen, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I know more about Shannon Sharp than I do Ja Morant's dad.
But not even that. These athletes, these football players they're physically not normal. They're huge.
Yeah, it's
Like-
funny because it's like you like, for instance, I was thinking earlier today, like I was like yeah, when I was working at this mall in Greenbelt, they had a little Gold's Gym in there, a little mini Gold's Gym, and players from Maryland University would come down there. And if you remember the running back Lamont Jordan, played for the Jets.
I remember him. Yeah.
He would come in there quite often. And now on the football field, he looks like a little teeny little pinball, doesn't he? He's the smallest dude, shortest dude out there. And he's big, but he's the smallest thing on the field. He's always the smallest guy on the field because he's the running back. When I tell you this motherfucker was so fucking big, he was wider than he was tall. He couldn't come through a door straight way. He had to turn sideways to come through the door. And we're talking about a B-list NFL running back. And this guy handshake would break your hand with his handshake. And not like on some like I'm trying to be tough, just on some regular shit. Crush your shit. And I got big hands. And he would just crush your shit. You'll shake his hand and you know you can't whoop his ass. Hit one if you've ever had that feeling. When you shake a dude's hand and you like, oh, I'm about to shoot this motherfucker if we ever get into it. You know what I'm saying? And he was the littlest thing on the field, and he was just a regular, average little run-of-the-mill backup player. And this motherfucker was a fucking, like, he could kick everybody ass. It ain't what nobody in that mall vicinity could kick his ass.
And that's what I'm saying. Like anyone on this panel that says this or that about Shannon Sharp is just talking.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. You shake that dude hand.
I'm not talking about him physically. I'm talking about him emotionally.
I'm talking about him physically.
Well, no, that doesn't matter with Sun Men though.
Look at the photo. I've seen Ja Morant's dad in person. He'll look Shannon Sharp damn near eye to eye.
No, I know
he's skinnier. He's skinnier, but I've seen plenty skinny Sun men clean up big muscular Sun men. I've seen it all the time. So you know,
yeah, but
I mean, but these guys, these athletes, do you know what 12 o'clock is to 12 somebody?
Yeah,
that's when you flip them and drop them on their neck.
Yeah, like and Shannon Sharp, like if he grabs Ja Morant's dad, man, that guy's in fucking trouble, man. I guess
just say this: Do you think him getting into this altercation has anything to do with him losing points over still being on the show with Skip Bayless and the shit that happened with them? You don't think that's Shannon Sharp?
No. Okay. Hell nah, because I mean, I watched Undisputed almost every day, man. Them dudes, they behind the scenes, they like, this is great for ratings.
I'm
They
talking
don't.
about the
And
Twitter.
that Skip Bayless thing is a flash in the pan. That's
I'm not
that'll
talking.
Yeah.
drive
I'm
ratings
not.
and,
I'm
and
not.
drive outrage for a little bit, and then it's done.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about that. I'm talking about the backlash that Shannon Sharp got on Twitter and social media
But from
for not
black
standing up
people,
to Skip
yeah.
and shit. Right. But then that puts the battery in his back to be like, "What you say, boy? Well, come on over here," in front of a bunch of sun men at the LA damn basketball
Well,
game.
here's the thing. Here's the thing too. Like Shannon has been going to games lately, so he hadn't been going to a lot of Laker games. He's been starting to come to Laker games lately, and I think just proximity now. He's just been proximal. That's all.
49. And hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson, Mike Green on hand. We'll check in with Malika in just a moment. Never a dull moment in the NBA, because after the buzzer sounded, there was a little bit of an incident here courtside at the Crypto.com arena. Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharp, Hall of Famer and broadcast.
Why wasn't he removed from the arena like they're having all the other white
Steven Adams
people who
comes
argue
over.
with the
Exactly.
players?
That's a good point.
Because he's black.
Exactly. That's
Guy,
another good point.
along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon
Oh.
Sharp still.
Oh, shit. So that's what his dad came in. His dad came in. Okay. All right.
Along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharp still talking, and T. Moran, John Moran's dad
Embarrassing.
comes over.
How embarrassing.
T. Moran, and he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love and respect.
This is how Suns, man. This is Suns, man. Every time we have a show, man, you gotta break away for some Sun fighting.
It seems like they're having more fights this year.
Yeah, it does. Can you imagine Skip Bayless doing some shit like this out at a game?
Oh, Skip did this. The sky would be
I don't-
falling.
I don't know. Shannon Sharp, he's a big dude, but that basketball player, he's a bigger dude.
No,
Oh,
the
that one,
basketball
And
player.
a younger
yeah.
dude, and that matters.
Now
they
the ball
say that he's
player,
strong, that guy too.
Hold on. The basketball player is a different story than a basketball player's dad.
Right.
That's who he was
exactly.
I
yelling
was
at.
talking about some basketball player's dad. I'm talking. If you're talking about
Exactly.
the ball player, yeah, the ball player probably can. He's 6'6". He fucking got arms like an orangutan. He probably
Right.
fuck Shannon Sharp up.
It'll be a good
when
fight.
I'm-
I'll pay to see
Yeah.
that fight.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about one of these guys' fucking dads. Shannon Sharp will fucking turn him into a pretzel.
Hall of Famer and broadcast.
I ain't never seen Shannon Sharp put hands on nobody, so I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, because he don't have to.
Do we know why they're fighting now? Do we know?
Have to. Listen, man. It was a guy though he's on Brito, and he had guns. I'm talking about guns on his shit was so hard. His arms were so big. It was like he did curls all day, right? And he said that one time he was at the club, right? And this dude was talking shit to him, right? And like getting wolfing and shit. And the dude started getting all in his face. And then the dude grabbed his arm. It was like, and he said, and they looked at each other, and dude piped down instantly. Like, and started copping pleas, like, oh nah, man, all right, that's all right. I'm gonna let this shit slide. I'm gonna let this shit ride, man. It ain't even that serious. It ain't even that serious. Like, I mean, like when you a big muscular dude, yes, you can get your ass kicked, but there's a lot of things a lot of shit that you won't even have to get into because guys. Nobody wants to, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to get folded up into a fucking pretzel, man.
But on another note, look at the Brito standing behind him, though.
Yeah,
tiny dude.
Yeah, a little teeny little Brito. My boy, he was kind of taller than Brito, but yeah, this little teeny little Brito. Dawn Love says this is my type of music. I love it. You need a dance for it and get it on TikTok. Dawn Love, if you can come up with a dance, man, we'll put it on TikTok. Do that, Dawn Love. Make a TikTok video with a dance for it, man. I would love it.
So
go ahead. And,
I have a comment about living in.
Hold on. Let me
glider.
Let me finish with Dawn though, right quick. If you can do that though, Dawn, I mean, I would really appreciate that, man. Go ahead and then send it to me, man. I wouldn't I would love that, man. That the song is on TikTok, so you can find it on TikTok when you if you type it in on TikTok, the music, you can find it on there. So it would be nice, man. Definitely do that, Dawn. I would love to see that, man. I would put you on the
at the
channel
risk
too.
of offending the gliders, you know they can't dance, bro.
No, but I mean, it's a country. They can do now. Everybody dances with their arms. Like all the dances are with your arms now. You know what I'm saying? And shit like this and shit like that. So and
gliders can do arms.
Yeah. So do your. So yeah, definitely, man. I would love to see that, man. I would love to see that. Anybody else want to do a dance to that song? Because I do think that song's got potential to blow, man. I appreciate that, Dawn Love, man. Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
Well, I'm just saying, I love living in a glider paradise. We had a water main break at about 5 o'clock this afternoon, and they cut off the water and drained it. And by 11:30, it's back on. So I love living in glider class versus Jafrica.
Yeah, glider stand, man. Where shit gets dealt with, handled, man.
And it's
Don't
boring.
get used to it.
And it's boring. Hey, but I'm still stunned at how the panel is like dismissing Shannon. I'm surprised Mossy hasn't said I'll just shoot him.
Yeah, Mossy would have came out to just shot somebody on the court.
I'm just
He'd have shot Steven Adams, man. He'd have shot old Steven right here. Steven Adams would have been dead, man. Yeah, but Shannon, this is embarrassing, man. And here's the thing. He gets to go on Monday with Skip, right? And this is way worse than the tweet Skip did. The tweet Skip said, we've never seen nothing like this. I don't know if they're gonna tweet. This is way worse. And Shannon doesn't have to even worry.
Yeah, Skip Bayless basically said, what are we going to do from here? Well, I know we need to play this game, but it doesn't seem worth it at this point. And he got crucified for it.
Shannon will double down on Monday.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about any backlash because he's black and the bar is so low. Like for Shannon, the bar for behavior is so low that this is well within the realm. So it's like with Skip, it's almost you have to be like godly. You have to be a saint. You're perfect.
Right. The fact that he didn't throw blows is like you got to give him credit for that.
He's going to definitely get credit for that. Like he composed himself. They're going to talk about his composure and how he held it together. Yeah, man, and no white reporter anywhere, maybe online, but no on ESPN or CBS is going to say, touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Man, they bet not.
No, they're run by Juice Crew. They're not gonna say anything.
Yeah, Shannon. No, he's good. He's good.
And hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson, Mike Green on hand. We'll check in with Malika in just a moment. Never a dull moment in the NBA because after the buzzer sounded, there was a little bit of an incident here courtside at the Crypto.com arena. Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Famer and broadcast.
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast. And then Shannon Sharpe still talking. And T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant. And he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love and respect for Shannon Sharpe. It's a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash.
And just silly. I mean, for it to get like that here at an NBA game,
Now-
I apologize for a little technical difficulties. So
Now, why isn't he?
Now,
berating-
that
Why is-
sportscaster is more likely to get canceled for saying that's silly than Shannon Sharpe is for yelling across the court.
Why did the sports announcer not berate Shannon Sharpe as a bystander interrupting the game? That's what would have happened to anybody else.
Because he's a son and you get in trouble for that shit. You get in trouble for shooting the son that's breaking into your fucking car. like everyone knows now. Everyone knows you can't do shit to a son. Sons are off limits, man.
You
And
get
guess-
in trouble
and
for
guess
shooting
who
a
knows
son breaking into your car if you're a son.
Exactly. That's crazy. That's and everyone knows it. And you know who knows it the most? We do. Sons. We know that. Oh, he said, I bet you won't. Oh, shit. Sean Shannon, man. Shannon said, I bet you won't. Shannon said, uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got Testy out here, man. Shannon, man. Oh, the walk of shame. The walk of shame. They escorting you out. Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. These fucking sons are unbelievable.
I bet you won't is the BAN of the polite son man.
This is why I don't go to NBA games. I took my sons to one earlier this season to the Grizzlies. And this environment is just, you can feel it in the air when you're in any of these arenas that it's like it can just pop off at any moment. It's just too sunny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you go into an NBA game, you feel the sunniness. And when you a person who been to, big time college football games and pro football games, you'll notice that when you go to an NBA game, it's just a sunnier crowd than what you see at any other sporting event.
I don't know,
feel
man.
that humidity?
Chicago Bulls, it's like gliders in it's all gliders. A lot of some people, don't get me wrong, but
Hey,
the
Saints,
gliders
high
throw
humidity.
money at these brothers.
That's because the Chicago Bulls price out the Suns.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Plus, I mean, the people in the arena is overwhelmingly glider, regardless of what arena you're in.
He's not talking about. Hold on. He's not talking about like a huge Sun population. He's just talking about like
too many
more.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? I agree with that. I'll give him that. I went to a hockey game. I thought I was at a fucking Trump rally.
You got Memphis. You've got that vibe as well because Memphis is uber sunny.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but yeah, it's just too many. It's not. I've been to what they call the Capital One Arena now, but what they used to call it Verizon, then it was the MCI Center. But wherever the Wizards play, I've been there plenty of times, right? And yeah, I mean, there's too many Suns there. Yeah. However, the lower bowls, if you know anything about stadiums or arenas, the lower bowls are very glidery. And the top bowls are where a lot of the Suns at. But then you got this new class of like
celebrity
bourgeois celebrity Suns that are on the courtside area, and they're rappers and like Instagram people, and they're fucking always trying to act tough too. So like, even though they may be in a tax bracket, that's fucking the highest tax bracket, they'll still act like fucking George Floyd or Rayshard Brooks at the drop of a hat.
Well, and then the teams are 90% Suns, so you get that conflict back and forth.
Yeah, it's just this doesn't surprise me. What happened at the Gervonta Davis fight didn't surprise me. This is what it is. This is the Sun, man.
I wish they just shut all this shit down.
Look at this. Look at this tiger. Look at the tiger's face. That might be an ombrita.
No, she look like a tiger to me.
Damn, you sons of
I'm just
fucking-
tired of all these dudes making all this money, doing all this shit
Right.
affiliated with sports, and but still crying about everything all the time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Great
racism.
point.
These are terrible people. Shannon Sharp is a horrendous human being,
A
man.
horrific person.
He's a shit stain, but this is. But I mean, like, I still got to call a spade a spade. I still think he would.
I thought that 10 years ago when I saw him doing the NFL sportscasting.
I think he'd fold Ja Morant's dad, but I mean, we can leave that argument alone. But you know, it is what it is.
He just strikes me as one of those big muscle bound dudes that just can't really move. And I've seen again, I'm partial toward T. Morant because I've seen him in person, and I know he's not a small man.
Well, of course
You know what
he's
I mean?
not a small man.
Right.
His son plays the NBA, so
He used to play in the NBA.
Who?
You
T.
get what I'm saying?
Morant?
Yeah, T. Morant did.
When?
He used to play in the NBA.
I didn't know that.
Yes, if you go back and watch the bio of John Morant, he tells you in the bio that his dad at one point played in the NBA. He was never a star, but he was on the same team with Ray Allen at one point. And Ray Allen is like, he's never interacted with John Morant, but if I'm not mistaken, he's like his godfather or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
And T. Morant is John Morant's personal trainer, and he has been since high school.
Oh wow,
that's interesting. So you would think he will fuck him up, huh? He'll give him that
I don't
four
think.
piece.
I think
that four
he.
piece
I
no
think
biscuit.
T. Morant's one of them dudes with a long reach, and he'll surprise you with a very hard chin check. And in this situation, that's really all you need. You know, what I mean, they're not in a ring; they're not doing MMA.
Yeah.
Hit a motherfucker on the chin, man. You can put him straight to sleep, whether he got a big rock head like Shannon Sharp or not.
I mean, I seen it. I seen that 3-piece no biscuit.
Okay,
You know
so
what
it
I
says
mean?
he was good enough to play in the NBA, but he was good enough to play in the NBA, but he gave up his hoop dream when he had Ja, because he played he was a teammate of Ray Allen in high school. Okay, so he was a teammate. Yeah, he wasn't. He was a good ball player, but he wasn't. He never played in the league. They say he was NBA material, but he had to give up his dream because he had a baby. Which, I mean, that doesn't sound right to me. So I'm thinking like that make me go harder. So I'm thinking maybe he was just a decent player. I don't know what college he went to, man. I'm trying to figure out what college he went to. What college he went to, T. Morant. He played at Claflin University. So he played like D2 or D3. And then so he was a middling player. But yeah, he's better than me. Shit. But his son, his son is fucking superstar who carries the ball and travels every fucking time he touches it. But that we don't let that go.
Yeah,
but,
we'll let that go.
Yeah, we'll let that go. But his son travels and carries the ball all the time.
At the Crypto.com arena, Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharp.
Dylan Brooks looked like he was mad, man. Like Dylan Brooks looked like he was pissed.
Buzzer sounded. There was a little bit of an incident here courtside at the Crypto.com arena. Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharp, Hall of Famer and broadcast.
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast. And then Shannon Sharp still talking. And T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant. And he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love. Love and respect for Shannon Sharp. It's a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash.
A bunch of guys talking about, nah, this is not normal, Mark Jackson. Don't try to normalize it. This is just a bunch of, if this was a white guy talking to one of these players, that white guy would be a racist.
He would be racist for sure.
This
would be a solemn. This would be a solemn night, and we would all need to take a moment to reflect on what we saw.
We would have to discuss white male rage for 3 fucking months, and how it had to do with
We'd have
this
to
would be
watch
like
Shannon
another.
Sharp get on there. We have to watch Shannon Sharp get on there and and have tears fall from his eyes as he talks about the racial problems in the NBA.
This will be the NBA's version of January 6th, and everyone will be lesser for it.
Definitely.
You'll all remember where you were when you saw Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see this one, man. Let's see this.
Throws coming up for DeMarcus Cousins. Had a good sneak. That surprise attack. From the
Motherfucker
side
looked like a bitch ass tattletale.
by
Dog.
Cousins.
Him right there. It was him. Get him out of here.
Well, it gets a little help up, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Wow.
Bradley Center security right on top of that. Crowd doesn't like it, but
is a fan going to be escorted out here?
Yo, how much of those tickets you
Rondo
think,
and the
Chief?
fan.
Those tickets right there, 3,500 at least.
What is that guy? Are you kidding me?
Damn, he's shooting at the guy with his head. This is this is
With Rondo and the fan.
Yeah, Rondo from Louisville, bro. He ain't playing.
What is that guy? Are you kidding me?
Brianna.
An incident. Courtside. He touched LeBron. You cannot do that.
Can't touch any
You
player.
can't touch any player.
Observe
You cannot do that.
Yeah.
No.
Now, we've got a couple of guys I think are going to get thrown out. I thought Carmelo was coming over here yelling at you.
It was just my general play-by-play, apparently. But no, this fortunately did not go beyond what you're.
Come out and boo, yell all you want. We encourage that. This is just plain stupidity. Pumped with their adrenaline. He's probably feeling bad. His team may be en route here to losing this game, too.
The officials may want him removed from the game. It appears as though it's going to be the case. And that's exactly what it is. The fan was getting on the officials here.
For the record, they don't allow heckling at high school games either anymore. No heckling.
And the fan going to be
That's
escorted
good.
out.
I mean, I don't mind that at high school games. Leave the fucking kids alone. But this is
No, them kids will cuss at you from the court. So no, they not.
Well, when you saw that kid in the
off in Cleveland.
what was it, junior high game that went and attacked another kid because of what it was going on? I mean,
Well, she's pointing like that one meme.
The referees are getting together.
Yo, I paid. You paid how much for those tickets? You should get
Looks
kicked
like
out.
we got some beer spilled or something spilled on the sideline.
If you're sitting on that
Griffin's gonna
front
go
row,
in the
you've paid
crowd.
anywhere from $3,000 to $4,500.
One of the fans
For
was
that
holding
one-
it.
Right, and they're
Tony
probably
Brown was right there to
racist,
see it.
and they should get kicked out for paying it.
Yeah, they're racist. Yeah, definitely.
I just can't believe people care about shit like this so much. Like sports, who gives a fuck? Like you're yelling expletives
Look at that cuck
at a
asshole. You see the cuck asshole beside him? That was like, yeah, get out of here. Like it's just a bunch of bitch ass people at the
Well,
game.
you're yelling at grown men who get paid to chase a ball around, and like it fucking like it affects you in any way. You look like a dumbass.
Jerry Judge Hines says this acolyte is turning in late from SG. awesome conversation as usual. Imagine if they tried to promote gliders through equity to replace the Sunman. Nah, you gliders are done, man. You're gonna have to build another America somewhere else, man.
Wait, what does it mean from SG?
I guess somewhere like South Garden or some shit.
I might go start my own America.
Yeah, you're gonna start your own America. Cause this one's done, man. It's a wrap for this one. Gliders built it and they let people ruin it, man. Fuck you, Gliders, man. I liked what y'all had built, man.
They had a good run.
SGD is Singapore dollars, so I'm guessing this is going from Singapore.
I just saw that. Interesting. Well, salute to you wherever you're at, brother.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, yeah. So this is let's see what Twitter's saying about this, man.
The Twitter sphere, the mean streets of Twitter.
Yeah, man. Black Twitter, man.
Bizarro world over there.
Man, he's some son.
They're probably saying some stupid shit like always, right?
Always. Oh, the Lakers won the game.
They did. They won by 1 point. Shannon was there too. Shannon was there going crazy still.
Yeah, Shannon helped them win, man. He distracted the. He's not trending. How's he not trending? How's Shannon Sharp not trending?
Because they don't want him to be trending for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's see. Okay, this one says Shannon Sharp spent halftime in the tunnel with security before returning to his seat for the third quarter. He granted ESPN a brief interview explaining what happened with the Grizzlies on his way to his seat.
They let this motherfucker go back to his seat after that?
Yeah, he was there at the end of the game. I was watching it at the end.
Wow.
He said, they didn't want this smoke, Dave. They do all that talking and jockeying, and I ain't about that jockeying. It started with Dylan Brooks. I said he was too small to guard LeBron. He said, fuck me. I said, fuck you back. He started to come at me and said, you don't want these problems. And then Ja came out of nowhere talking. He definitely didn't want these problems. Then the dad came and he obviously didn't want no problems. But I wanted anything they had. Don't let these fools fool you now. Damn, that shit escalated quick. So then he told Shannon, fuck you. That's crazy.
Yo, that's how these courts across the country get gunned up all the time, right? Literally how he described it. Fuck you, bang, bang.
Exactly.
That's what would have happened in that damn auditorium if there wouldn't have been all them people there. They would have got the thumping in there.
Right. He just summed up the stand with that statement he gave.
Yeah.
I don't think he realized that. But he was still acting tough in the little interview. So again, man, he wasn't trying to turn nothing down. He wasn't actually confronted with the real violence, so he got to keep running his mouth.
Right. He'll double down on Monday, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. There's nothing he could have swung on one of the players, and they would have found a way to excuse that. There's nothing you can do as a black guy. It's all love between Ja and T. Moran. Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. The sons, the dad, and that's good.
Really fuck both of them niggas, man.
I'm saying that Boondocks meme with the sun word moment is perfect because they get the violent outburst and then they hug and say, "What are we doing?" Right. Okay, we're good again.
Right. I maybe
same thing every time.
Maybe that video right there is the turning point for the stand.
You know what? You make a good point, man. Oh, let's see. You make a good point though. That is a good point, man. This reconciliation, the way this was handled, I think they need to be applauded. I think Suns need to be applauded for the way they behave, man. This could have gotten ugly and it didn't, man. Thank you, Suns.
You ever seen how a glider fist fight works out? Usually, it's they work out their differences with a fist fight, and then they're best friends for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but Suns do that too. Now, don't get me wrong. Suns do that too if no one gets killed. But Suns do want to fight you. Like if you move into a Sun neighborhood, the dudes that try to fight you are the dudes that want to be your friends. They want to know that you're not a punk, that they can hang with you. So they'll try to fight you but then that might turn into somebody dying or beef or something. So it's weird. It's a little bit more risky with Sunistan, but they still do the similar thing where they try to fight you to be your friend and shit. I've had that happen plenty of times.
They used to call it fight and forgive around my way.
Oh,
fight
really?
And forgive, fight and forgive.
Yeah. And it works better with people with history, but not so much with people that don't have history.
That's why they need a place where they know nobody else is going to jump in, and they also know that nobody's going to pull a trap. That's why I say get them into some boxing thing. They can settle their thing in the boxing ring with rules and fight it out, posture, and do that like two rams butting heads without the death.
If I piece you up in the boxing ring, man, like boxing is an embarrassing sport, because when somebody can box and you can't box, that should be looking ugly, man. It looks ugly when somebody can box and the other guy can't box, man.
I think it looks very entertaining personally. I enjoy it myself anyway.
Look at all these white people right here. Just looking like,
oh my god.
They're lucky they didn't get thrown out for watching.
Right.
Yeah, they come on the announcement and say every white fan needs to leave the.
Right.
That is more likely to happen than them actually throwing a Sunman out and keeping him out.
Right.
That's
They'll be like,
because Sunmen have
cheered.
privilege that no one
They'll be
else does.
They'll be like him right there. He cheered. Get him out of here.
He was inciting it.
He was instigating. He was yelling at the two Sunmen had no agency, and he just sprinkled some fairy dust on them, and now they're fighting.
Yep.
He threw crack cocaine at him, and that's what made them fight.
I'm surprised they didn't, to be honest. I'm disappointed they didn't.
I'm disappointed that the teams didn't just start whooping all the gliders in the damn stands. That would have at least been
Madison the Palace.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing, man. Even though they pieced it up, it's still embarrassing. It's embarrassing to anybody who's like, I know people gonna forgive it and it's still embarrassing. Like it's just unbecoming.
It really is. Act like you have class. Act like you have money, dude.
Yeah. Bad. These people are just these Suns, man. Suns are something else, man.
I wouldn't shake him motherfucker's hand, man. He a bitch. He's just doing too damn much. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, he is doing a lot. He's he's doing too much, man.
If I had as much money as he had, I mean, it would take a fucking mountain to get me to do this type of shit. Like, fucking yelling across a basketball court.
You're a fucking glider though, man. You think you see the world differently though.
Yeah, I know. His ego's the size of 1,000 fucking moons, and like you can say anything. I could walk by and be like, "Man, your shoes looking a little rough," and he would fucking kill me on the spot and lose everything. Lose everything he ever had. Like, I understand his ego is larger than any amount of money he'll ever have, but it's just fucking dumb.
And if I had the money he had, my money would be making more money. And by 10 years from now, I'd be billionaire.
Hey, I love what you said about that a long time ago now, but you said like a son man, no matter where he's at in life, is willing to just drop it for that moment.
Yeah. It doesn't. There's. I'm talking about. It doesn't, and it doesn't have to be like a big thing. He could just like say he just won the lottery and he's cashing his ticket and he's coming back from the place with the check or the money in his account. And he's gonna tell everybody, "Hey, y'all, I just hit the Powerball," and you bump into him right there on his way home. That interaction, he'll die in that interaction.
Man, you kill me, Chief. Is that true? Like,
oh, definitely, without a doubt. Especially if it's another son, man. I mean, if it's a glider, he might not die, but I mean, if it was a son, man,
right.
There's nothing more important to a son man than his perceived status and ego.
His honor, if that makes sense.
Hey, you see that Deion Sanders one there? He's about to land #1 recruit.
He already did. He did land #1.
Literally couldn't give less of a fuck.
Yeah. Let's see.
That they're behind.
Now let's get to the main event, man.
A dollar store security guard shot point blank in the back of the head for telling a customer she needed to wear a mask. Now the family responsible for the deadly shooting learns how long.
Man, I've been saying this to all my friends in my inner circle. Now I know that he just tried to tell a some man something some man ain't want to hear, right? And then it went this way. But this mask shit, if you notice, they are slowly ramping this shit back up because they know that it causes division. And in a lot of we're going into a presidential election pretty much starting this summer. I just find it really odd that now all of a sudden masks are being instituted when ain't nothing really changed with the virus.
Hold on, Stunner. You live where? You live in Kentucky, right?
Tennessee.
If you lived in any of these East Coast cities like New York or DC, or let's say Manhattan, or Northwest, Northeast.
That's the land of the woke. Like
you would, they never stop. They never
yeah,
stop.
but you somewhere that's normal. You know what I mean? Like
they never stop wearing them shits, man. Yeah.
I said all of that just to say we are going to see more stories like this. We are going to go back to June 2020 where people are fist fighting and hurting each other about these masks. Mark my word.
I do see sometimes people wearing masks around town. And can you guess the demographic of everyone I see?
White women or black women?
Straight up blacks. There's not even any white women wearing that unless they're 80 years old.
I see plenty white glider queens wearing the mask around here. But yes, it definitely has taken over in the black community.
I don't see it anywhere at all, actually, personally.
Well, you see the Pooh Shiesty masks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually,
those sun teens that wear the Pooh Shiesty mask or the mask all the time. But as far as the surgical, the mask that looks with the blue, the
COVID mask,
the COVID mask, yeah, it's just women too, yeah. But it could be anybody. In DC, I'm going back to DC in a couple of weeks, so we'll see. I'll be able to tell you. I want to get back down there, man.
A dollar store security guard shot point blank in the back of the head for telling a customer she needed to wear a mask. Now the family responsible for the deadly shooting learns how long they'll spend in prison. Good evening, everybody. I'm Karen Drew.
And I'm Pamela Osborne.
Nice.
That deadly shooting happened at a dollar store in Flint in May of 2020. You may remember this was the height of the pandemic. Our Victor Williams joins us live with details on the sentencing for this husband, wife, and their son. Victor?
Pam, Karen, life without the possibility of parole in prison.
Damn. Life without the possibility of parole.
Why even have that? Why not just execute the motherfuckers, man?
That would be nice, but
where's the fun in that?
with all the appeals and everything, cost
Right.
4 or 5 times as much as life in prison.
So they
Unfortunately.
deserve it.
And I don't think Michigan has a life penalty anymore.
It's a poor excuse. They should die for what they
Man,
did.
it's an
Death
absurd
penalty.
thought. Like, it's just an absurd thought, along with like multiple death sentences or giving people hundreds of years in jail. Like, it's
Right.
all absurd.
Two life sentences.
Exactly.
You mean
what
like
is that?
Daryl Brooks with 6 life sentences and 773 years on top of that?
That woman in Memphis the other day got 126 years.
100, yeah, 100 and something.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And that is what it took over 2 years for loved ones of the victims to finally hear.
It makes me feel better knowing that they're behind bars and they'll be there for life without a chance of parole.
Latrina Sims and
Is that
Kelvin Marlin were
motherfucker
married for
wearing a
10
wave cap at the court? Oh my God.
I mean,
the durag.
Yes. And that motherfucker
Without a
looking
chance
these
of
60.
Latrina Sims and Calvin Munnerlin were married for 10 long years, and now, for the first time, she's getting the chance to address the people heading to prison for taking her life partner away.
I really had to compose myself and know that realize I was in the court because what I wanted to say, I really couldn't say.
According to a testimony, Kelvin was a Family Dollar employee asking then customer Charmel Teague's daughter to wear a mask in the Flint store back in May of 2020. After an argument, prosecutors say Charmel spat on Kelvin before coming back with her husband Larry Teague and son Ramonia Bishop.
So he told the wife was there with the daughter, and he told the daughter to put her mask on. The wife spat on him, and then went back and got these two fellas. Wow, she
No
escalated.
solution. No
She
solution.
escalated that quickly, man. Woo! When she left and she said, "I'll be back," and one thing about some people, they will warn you. Some people
they
aren't
will
smart
tell you.
enough
Yeah,
to
they
just,
do, they
to
do.
just creep back up on you. Some people tell you, like the one who killed Nipsey, he was rare. Like he just like shook his hand, was like, all right, yeah, no, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like played him and then left and came back. 99% of sons are gonna tell you they're coming back. And you gotta believe them. Like when they say they got like a woman, she probably said, "I'm gonna go get some niggas to come light this motherfucker up" or some shit like that. When they say that, you have to take that seriously, man. You can't just take that like, oh, there's just some bitch talking shit. Like listen, man. If you're a son, right, and if I give a son $1 million, right, and I tell him, you go get a team of people. Don't tell him you got $1 million, but go get a team of people to build something or excavate something or do something worthwhile. That son will have a hard time finding people to help him out.
He'd have nobody
That
helping him.
same son, you tell him, man, go find some niggas to shoot somebody or jump somebody or do something violent to somebody.
To the daycare up.
It would be, listen, man, you can find a lot of sons that are willing to go do something violent to somebody they've never seen before off of the word of somebody that they know decently. Like now, this woman knew these guys very well, living with them, but you could go around, you could just be from, listen, man, I remember one time my boy D, I'm sitting on the porch and he went around the corner to the liquor store. And we didn't hang out like that, but he lived on my block. He lived up the street a few houses up, and we hung out every now and then, and we was very, very good, very cool. So he goes around the block and he gets into it with some niggas at the liquor store. And he comes back around, he like, Mike, come back around here with me, man. Some niggas talking shit. And I was like, nah, man. Nah, I don't know who's around here. Like, I don't know who's around here. He's like, you ain't gonna come back around here with me? I was like, nah, man, let's squash that shit. I'm like, let that shit go. He's like, nah, them niggas disrespected me, man. them niggas disrespected me, man. You know what I'm saying? La, 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 la. Because, you know, he lived right there. So he probably some niggas from somewhere else or some niggas he didn't recognize, you know, and he wanted to, but he just wanted to use me as a prop, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, as like, I went and got some niggas, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is the guy like me in my position, when I go around there, I'm the guy you're the guy who gets killed. That's the guy that gets killed.
You're the guy that gets caught by yourself.
Damn.
A week later in the grocery store by them dudes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they go that nigga like what's that, Poetic Justice? They go that nigga who was talking shit. Yeah, it's like
or
they shoot at him and
goes
hit you?
unpunished in the Sun community.
Q-Tip and Poetic Justice, man. It's like
or they shoot at him, Mike, and hit you.
Yeah, or they shoot at him and hit me. But yeah, that guy who comes around and just standing there looking hard and shit, because he just wanted me to stand there and look hard with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? While he talk shit back to him. And it's like that guy gets fucked up. Salute to KFX. He says, great show, great song is going on my playlist. That's right, man. Make sure y'all put that song on y'all playlist, man. I'm out here, man. The next one, though. The next one, if for those of you on the fence, because I see some people say that they don't like it, man. I can't believe that, man. I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that some people don't like it, man. Unless they don't like country music, man. But anyway.
Yo, really quick, every time I hear like that kind of scenario, I think of that daycare story, dude. That story was bonkers. Remember that? When they went to go shoot up the daycare?
Oh, yeah.
Because they wanted like him to fill out a registration form?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was in Memphis. I did that. That video's on Odd Nation.
Right. He went to the guys
better
and said what
knowing
you
that
said.
they're behind bars and they'll be there for life without a chance of parole.
Latrina Sims and Calvin Munnerlyn were married for 10 long years, and now, for the first time, she's getting the chance to address the people heading to prison for taking her life partner away.
I really had to compose myself and know that realize I was in the court, because what I wanted to say, I really couldn't say.
According to a testimony, Kelvin was a Family Dollar employee asking then customer Charmel Teague's daughter to wear a mask in the Flint store back in May of 2020. After an argument, prosecutors say Charmel spat on Kelvin before coming back with her husband, Larry Teague, and son, Ramonia Bishop. From there, it said that
She got her husband and her son a life sentence, along with herself.
And they readily threw their lives away.
Over her daughter being asked to put a mask on at the height. Like, this was May of 2020. This is the height.
Right.
Like, this is she went and got everybody a life sentence, and I promise you, she doesn't. She feels shitty that she's doing life in prison, but I promise you, she doesn't feel like the gravity of it. Like, most people would like.
She doesn't regret his death.
No. What I'm saying is, she doesn't feel the gravity of it. Like,
you can't grasp it.
You got your husband and your son, your progeny, both are going to spend the rest of their lives in prison along with you. It's like forever. I guarantee you she doesn't understand the gravity of that. I bet she's like, man, he ain't had to say to me. He said, you know, because one thing about son, they'll say like, man, all he had to do was say it nicely. Like, damn, if he would have said it nicely, when none of this shit had happened. You know what I'm saying? She probably feels like that. I guarantee you. She doesn't commit suicide. A normal person, if you got your son and your husband life sentences in prison over something that small, you just kill yourself. You know, because you couldn't live with that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard to live with.
But not to mention the fact that May 2020 was peak Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, this was when we was all supposed to be against white people. We were protesting, marching about how bad white people treat us, and she went home and got 2 black people to come back and kill this fucking black guy. And here's the thing, they didn't wait for him to get off of work and catch him going back to his car, pull up, and speed off into the night. They shot him in front of everyone in the store in the middle of the day.
With all those cameras.
But the cops are the problem, though. It's the police. They're the problem.
Back in May of 2020. After an argument, prosecutors say Sharmell spat on Kelvin before coming back with her husband, Larry Teague, and son, Ramonia Bishop. From there, it's said that Bishop shot Kelvin in the back of the head at point-blank range. While addressing the court on Tuesday, Bishop...
Them motherfuckers was savage, bro. They came up there on demon time.
Who just
And
turned
Jose
26.
Alba was supposed to not fear for his life when the same thing happened to him. Oh, you declined EBT card. No, it declined because you had too little on it. That's why. And it wouldn't read. So you send your son boyfriend up there to go beat his butt, and you're sitting there cheering him on, and suddenly, oh, he's dead. And Jose Alba's facing a murder charge.
On Tuesday, Bishop, who just turned 26, said he believed that the shooting was God's will. He also apologized.
He said he believed the shooting was God's will. Yeah, I'd have gave him a life sentence too, man.
In the court on Tuesday, Bishop, who just turned 26, said he believed that the shooting was God's will. He also apologized to Mutterland's family.
You so young and had so much potential, like for you to just do something.
He had potential.
Potential.
This is the problem. Like, this is why Twitter sounds like. This is why the comments in Twitter sound like what they do. This is why the Instagrams, the black Instagram comments. She thinks that this guy who will come down there and shoot an employee in the back of his head in the middle of the day in front of everybody in the dollar store had potential to do something, to be something in life. She can't see that action is indicative of the arc that his life was on.
Right, of his potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is as far as God's will is concerned, Sharmell is not God.
Bishop, who just turned 26, said he believed that the shooting was God's will. He also apologized to Mutterland's family.
You so young and had so much potential, like for you to just do something so reckless and ignorant to get your whole life taken away from you, it's crazy. And then to say that it was God's will, well, I guess it was God's will for you to go to prison for the rest of your life too.
Mutterland's youngest son says he's relieved to hear the sentencing, feeling justice is finally served for his dad.
Everything I'm doing, I'm just dedicating to my pops because I know he won't be doing it if he was here. So if he's not here, so I might as well make him even more proud.
Now, because of disruptive behavior, Larry Teague was removed from the courtroom before he was able to hear the sentencing, but all three will now be spending the rest of their lives behind bars. Victor Williams.
Shit.
Hey, is it me or does it feel like these piece of shit son man killed like decent son man? Or was that guy also possibly a piece of shit? I've noticed that pattern, you know?
I mean, look, whether he was a piece of shit or not, I mean, like, shit. I mean,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it for sure feels like that. Like these like horrendous people are always gunning down like fathers who are working, trying to do better, you know? Like that shirt he's wearing, best dad ever, you know?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, man.
To me, I just feel like he was somewhat invested in his kids, at least, you know?
Yeah.
It appeared anyway.
No doubt. I mean, it's this shit is, she thought that guy had potential. It's just fucking weird.
She spat on him in May 2020, bro.
Right. Like this.
Just think about how that's even more disrespectful than Shannon Sharp.
I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. Son, you on fire tonight, bro.
Yeah, man. It's Let me get some water, man. I'll be right back, man. Let me get some water, man. Hold it down for me, man.
Yeah, because Stunner around at that peak, you know,
coughing on somebody, you're not wearing your mask could have been, but spitting on them,
Spitting, right?
spitting alone is fucked up. But
yeah.
spitting during COVID,
like at that time, man, that's just horrible. But yeah, I'm coming in hot tonight. Because Stunner Jr. and them got blown out in their little game tonight.
How much? What was the score?
They got beat by 19.
Damn, how'd your boy do though? How'd he do?
Nah, he ain't looking right, man. He ain't looking right now. He ever since we came back after the little Christmas break, his shot just ain't dropping. And because he's small, he already don't have a long leash. He's the starting point guard. But if anything go wrong, the first person to get pulled is him. You see what I'm saying? So, so yeah, he been in a shooting slump for for about 3 weeks.
So would you say he's more of a shooter or a passer?
No, yeah, he's a scorer. You see what I'm saying? He's a scorer. He can do the pass thing from the point guard, and he will if that's what he's asked to do. But he's looking to score, and on the team he's on right now, he don't have the green light, which if you've always had the green light before and now you don't, it makes you kind of, you know what I mean? Like you question.
You gotta readjust. You gotta readjust and make it.
You're not confident because
Right.
you're afraid that you'll get pulled if you don't hit the shot. You see what I'm saying? So he's just kind of in flux right now. So yeah, that shit had me hot. I came in. Then lost my damn car keys at the game. Had to have my wife come pick me up.
Did you find them?
Nah, they MIA, bro. I have no idea.
Damn, yeah, that sucks, dude. So you're having a day.
Yeah, man, it's one of them days. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
then,
but Stunner, let me say this. Stunner. As far as this case goes, right? I'm okay with them getting life. I mean, working with what we have, right?
Yeah.
Don't let them out. Fuck it. I mean, I'd rather they execute them, right?
Nah, yeah.
But if they could keep them in this for life, fuck it. Let's keep them in this for life. No parole. You
see, my thing is though, with this, what I'm saying, prison for life type stuff, man. Like at the end of the day, is that really making them suffer at a certain point? Like a lot of these people that get life, they was already kind of living a shitty life. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
And
they probably have
let's
a better
face it,
life
life in
there.
prison is not bad. It's you literally get 3 square meals, you get exercise equipment, you get to do whatever you want. You just don't get to have relations with women.
In some places, you get that.
No, I mean, as long as they don't come out at this point, what they did was unacceptable, was abhorrent. Don't let them out. Fuck it,
Yeah, but I mean, hell, I called my state representative yesterday and told him I want more death sentences.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I'm sick of this shit, man. Like,
so did
if
you
you
talk
live
to
in
a person or you got the voicemail?
No, I talked to the person.
What did they say when you said that?
It was just like, well, I'm pro death penalty. You already know I'm pro that. And I'm like, well, you're in the state legislature, so we want to see more people actually be executed, and we want to see more crimes have execution as an option. And then he was like, well, what crimes are those?
Right,
and I was like,
let's start with crimes against children.
That's where I started. I was
my 100%.
Pedophilia.
You started with
that,
my man.
If you're moving weight with fentanyl into the state and they catch you with weight of that shit, you should get executed for that.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And then lastly, I told him, if you are a career criminal, okay, and you've kind of maxed out, you've been in and out of the penitentiary,
you've exhausted your
and then you get caught for the 4th, 5th, 6th time,
right? 30th.
Like, why don't those people get a life sentence? You see what I'm saying? He was just like, well, we'll see what we can do. He's like, as far as the pedophilia thing, we already have legislation ready to go, introduced to do that. And I was shocked when I heard that. Yeah,
That's good to hear.
that is good. But you know,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised by it, but I'm happy to hear it.
yeah. But again, my main point was, like, our state legislature is like 85% Republican, but they will actually listen to the 15% of the Democrats because they're son women, and they're all voted into the state legislature from Memphis and the Memphis area. And I'm like, dude, why are you letting this 15% even hold up anything we want to do?
Right, from a shithole area that
exactly
honestly contributes. I mean, I imagine nothing.
Nothing, bro. They contribute nothing. As a matter of fact, if you look at how Tennessee ranks in education so low, it's because of Nashville and Memphis. Like, those two places, they score so low that they bring the aggregate score for the whole state down.
But to be fair, public education sucks, period, right? It seems like, anyway. Or is it just like the POC aspect of it?
No, I mean,
that's because they got the indoctrination factories pumping the teachers out to go teach the indoctrination.
Yes.
It feels that way.
Yes, but that's why they're pushing to get rid of grades and get rid of tests. Because
Which is ridiculous.
The teachers don't want to be held to account to have to have taught anything. So they just claim everything is racist because it makes their job easier.
I mean, I support teachers, man. It's a very important job in our society. It's just they're failing miserably, It feels like.
Well, they're just many of the teachers are just horrible people. When we were young and we were in school, the age gap between us and our teachers was huge, right? Like, they were like our grandparents. But now they're like your brothers and your sisters. And they're too close in age. They're too close in age to the students often. And to be honest, getting a teaching degree is pretty easy. Like, you can sleepwalk through college and get a teacher's degree. So we're not getting the best and the brightest.
And I know here in Chicago, a big issue is the teachers union. They're so fucking liberal. They have their head up their ass that it's just like they're failing miserably. The kids are the ones that suffer, quote unquote, the future of this country.
You saw the Chicago. Saw Chicago had 447 incidents of child abuse of a sexual nature reported in the 2021 to 2022 school year.
Right, and that's what the ones that they know of. Imagine that.
Right.
No, it's unfortunate. It's alarming, and I don't know what the solution to that is. But I think I think Ike is not wrong when he says. I mean, I think the POC aspect is a part of it. To be honest,
Yeah. Again, I took my kids out of it. I took them out of the public school. They go private, and not all private schools are the solution. Some of the private schools are horrible too.
No, you got to pay for it. It's got to be one where you and even those might not be like.
I'm telling you, there are some prestigious private schools around here, Wicked, that will indoctrinate your kid, especially your daughter.
Wow. No, I've seen that here.
You better audit the curriculum wherever you send your kids.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I do.
And me personally, why I chose the school I chose, I looked the dude in the eye, the headmaster in the eye, and I asked him, "Are you a Republican?"
Did you really?
I did, and he said, "I am." I hope that doesn't. Hope. And I was like, "No, say less, bro. We good. We already off on a good foot. I'm not playing games, man. I don't trust all Republicans, but if you're not a Republican, I certainly don't fucking trust you."
Right. I mean, it's honestly true. I mean, I hate to play that like team bullshit because that's what it feels like to me. But I agree with you, dude.
Man, I just ask people straight up anymore. You know what I mean? Like
the day of the the day of the responsible Democrat that, middle of the road is gone. If they're not up for stuff, they don't get any positions in the Democrat Party.
Yeah. Well, put it like this, then, where I'm at, and keep in mind where I live, right? Where I'm at, I'm in a red area. Put it like that, brother. You know? And this is a super blue. It don't get no more bluer than here, but where my neighbors, how can I put it? We don't like that criminal shit, you know?
Yeah.
Have you turned any of your neighbors on to this show?
No, fuck no. They probably would hate me if I did that. No. Get this. I don't know if one of my good friends, I grew up with him. He's a MAGA guy, Hispanic guy, Brito. And then I recently, this past weekend, I introduced him to this show. But I saw it in his eyes. Speaking about like race is uncomfortable. And he's a pretty hardcore Republican. But I to be fair to him, speaking on like race realism, it is uncomfortable, man. Like when I mentioned like the gun violence, he tried to refer back to like it's a cultural thing, which is I don't disagree with that. But I kept telling him what I would say. The people make the culture. You know?
People are scared to death of some people. Like,
well, they're just scared that they're gonna say the wrong thing. Like we've been
brainwashed.
We're so sensitive.
Right.
Well, not only that, but some people will burn down your whole fucking country over nothing.
It took me nearly a year to call in and go on this show of watching it before I was comfortable calling in. So.
Yeah, like my buddy has called out a bunch of shit, but when I brought up the race, like the way I eased it in was I spoke about like the guy who's causing all this gun violence, right? And he kind of like I said, it was the some people, and then I played him a couple clips, try to ease him into it, but again he looked a little uncomfortable. Hell, he might be listening right now, you know, but. I mean, I gave him the link. I don't know if he's gonna entertain it, because again, I do understand that speaking on these issues are uncomfortable. Like, look what we do here, Stunner. We look at people getting murdered all the time, and we make light of it, or we try to like, you know, cope with it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism, and I've turned multiple people on to this show. They watch. They say Wicked be annoying the fuck out of them. Just but yeah, I mean, honestly, if we weren't here laughing about this stuff, we'd be crying about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not
gonna get better.
It's not, and again, like we know we're on the road to hell. We already know it. So once you know at that point, you can kind of laugh. We're beyond but the solutions and what are we gonna do and blah blah blah. We know there are no solutions. So we're at the point where we can take that position.
I memorized the Philly stats from 2021 for the murder stats, just so I can use that to illustrate what's going, because it was 80 women, black women were killed, 14%. And the entire rest of all the demographics didn't add up to that 14%. It's 14% black women and the rest Sun men, and the less than 14% of everybody else.
And then who killed them?
Oh, you already know that.
Right, which is I think is an important note. Who killed those people? I think that's very important.
Oh, I bring that up too, but I ease into it with, here's the statistics first, and then you know who's doing it?
Who?
This is an interesting story about a Sun woman, similar to the one we had yesterday with the Sun woman found a $50 bill in the store.
Her arrest and prosecution sparked outrage. Last month, we told you about a Detroit mother with no criminal history, accused of stealing a credit card she says she was only trying to return. Well, tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones with more on how that woman is trying to put her life back together and how Detroit police are still defending her arrest.
Well, I'm left to clean up my life. Just what's left.
Sandra Wilson was accused of stealing a credit card she held onto for 15 seconds. As we first told you last month, it was left behind at this gas station in Detroit, right there on the counter. Sandra's crime, handing it to this woman in the pink pants who, Sandra says, told her it was hers. Turns out, police say, the card belonged to someone else in the store that day.
That's what your ass get for being a goddamn busybody. Mind your fucking business.
Should have gave it to the cashier.
Right.
Yeah, give it to the cashier, and the cashier can it in or cancel or shred it or whatever, and nobody gets stuff stolen on it.
Cashier is so not going to shred it, Josh. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Or just take it to the police, drop it in the drop box at the police station.
Or leave it sitting where it's at and mind your damn business.
Yeah, or just let the cashier, when somebody else comes back in and say, "Hey, man, I left my credit card," he can say, "Okay, can I see your ID? Or what's your name on it?" And then the person, if they don't know the name on the credit card, then you don't give it to them. And if they do, then you just give it to them and you're done with it. That's simple.
Or if you do walk up to them, you don't hand it to them. Oh, you left your credit card. It's a, you left the credit card behind. What's the name? And if they can't tell you the name, they're like, oh, that must not be you then.
Card she held onto for 15 seconds. As we first told you last month, it was left behind at this gas station in Detroit, right there on the counter. Sandra's crime, handing it to this woman in the pink pants who, Sandra says, told her it was hers. Turns out, police say, the card belonged to someone else in the store that day, and while DPD never caught the woman who they say used it, they did arrest Sandra after she walked into the 7th precinct trying to clear her name.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is what you've...
No, because this is what y'all want to do to me.
Since we first brought you Sandra's story, her life has turned around, at least a little. She lost...
It seems like they didn't want to arrest her, didn't it?
We don't know what happened. They showed like 5 seconds of, I'm sure, of an interaction that took 10 minutes. We don't know what happened.
But just look at this 5 seconds.
They say used it. They did arrest Sandra after she walked into the 7th precinct trying to clear her name.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is what you've...
No, because this is what y'all want to do to me.
Since we first brought you Sandra's story, her life has turned around, at least a little. She lost her job as a security officer after her arrest, but once our story aired, several job offers flowed in. And after nearly being evicted, Sandra was able to keep her home thanks to your generosity. Nearly 150 donations poured in through a GoFundMe page, raising more than $13,000.
Really appreciate the monetary support, which is a concern. You know, I'm so thankful and humble, just the outpouring.
But if Sandra was hoping for an apology from Detroit police, well, she'll keep waiting.
Was this good police work?
I think it is strong police work.
Chris Gravlin is the department's director of professional standards, and tonight he's defending the officers who interrogated and later arrested Sandra Wilson.
I need an attorney. Okay, that's fine. Because y'all about to hand me up on something I did not do.
Throughout her interrogation, Sandra can be heard asking for a lawyer. But her interrogation didn't stop, and 2 independent experts we consulted said it should have. Gravlin disagrees.
It complied with our policies as well as the Constitution.
He says that because Sandra voluntarily walked into the precinct after police put her wanted picture on social media, she was not considered in custody. She'd been read her Miranda rights, Gravlin says, and should have known she could leave. He insists they arrested the right person.
She held onto the card for 15 seconds?
Correct.
Do you have any evidence she got a dime from it?
Not that I am aware of.
Do you have any evidence she knew the woman she gave the card to?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any evidence this was a scheme?
Not that I'm aware of.
Why then was she charged with credit card theft?
Because she's the one who actively took the card off the counter and went and handed it to not the owner of that credit card.
DPD is defending...
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. That's what I tell you. Gliders, this thing where the law is where the law is a living thing unto itself, and it's immutable. It's just there like a building. Like you can't like go through it. You can't go. It's just there. It's a glider thing. Sons, we would never operate like this. Like it would be like, oh well, you know, like she didn't know. Like this glider thing where the law is just this stern, strict thing. And we're starting to erode it too. We're starting to
yeah, we're eroding it. Yeah, we're slowly making it to where it's a case by case basis. Everything is a case by case basis.
Yep.
Well, let me make a point though. On the she asked for a lawyer, and the questioning should have stopped right there. No, she can ask for a lawyer, but if she starts talking to them, that's waiving her right. She can talk to them all she wants to, and they will listen, and they'll continue to ask questions and build rapport and all that kind of stuff. She has to assert her right. I want an attorney, and she has to shut her mouth. That's a very difficult proposition.
She should have never have gone there personally anyway. She should have communicated through an attorney.
Yeah, that would have probably been the best thing.
Who actively took the card off the counter and went and handed it to not the owner of that credit card.
DPD is defending charging Sandra based on this exchange during her interrogation. It came long after she asked for a lawyer.
Who do you give that card to, Miss Wood?
I gave the card to the man behind the counter.
We know that's a lie.
Who did I give it to? I said, here's the card. Is this your card? I don't know. I don't know them.
To Sandra, this was an honest.
Why'd she lie? Why'd she lie? There was no reason to lie about that. Oh, she didn't know there was a camera. That's right. But why'd she lie? That was just a stupid lie.
Right. It's just dumb, and it makes you look like you're lying to protect yourself.
Can't help it.
What convenience store does not have a camera? Especially one that would be frequented by some people.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I tell my kids to mind their damn business.
That was just weird. Yeah, that was just like it's just like we lie so much that we lie when we don't have to.
DPD is defending charging Sandra based on this exchange during her interrogation. It came long after she asked for a lawyer.
Who do you give that card to, Miss Wood?
I gave the card to the man behind the counter.
We know that's a lie.
Who did I give it to? I said, here's the card. Is this your card? I don't know. I don't know them.
To Sandra, this was an honest mistake that was easy to explain. She was being asked about a 5-minute visit to a gas station she frequents regularly that happened 10 days earlier, and the only thing used to jog her memory were still pictures. But to DPD, this was evidence of Sandra's guilt. She must have been trying to hide something they believed, even if they couldn't prove what it was. The judge who tossed the case was furious.
Absurd and ridiculous and wrong. And
Well-
this was not a thorough investigation.
Those are his words. A judge who used to work for the Wayne County prosecutor.
That's correct. That's his view of it.
You think he's wrong?
We do.
And that's typical city of Detroit response.
Well-
Deny.
Sandra is now suing DPD, alleging that officers violated her constitutional rights.
What would be the most beneficial for her is actual change. An apology is a step for that change, but we need more training. We need more supervision.
As for Sandra,
need
she
less
says
of
she
these
won't let
attorneys.
what happened to her change who she is.
You lied
I'm
to a
not gonna
police
change
officer
anything about
obstructing
you.
an
You drop your
investigation.
money, I'm gonna give you your money back. You know, I'm gonna help you. I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna be me.
I don't trust that even she
Sandra's
was even
attorney
trying to
plans
do
to-
a good thing. To be honest, I've been in the hood, man. I know how people move in the hood, bro. That's not 100% guaranteed that she was trying to be a good
He was trying
Samaritan.
to take it, and then someone said, "Hey, that's mine."
Exactly.
Like, oh,
well, here you go. The way she took it off the counter was just weird. It didn't seem like
Yeah, she snatched it and then immediately
And walked
darted
real
out the
quick.
door.
yeah, she's trying to. Yeah, I don't think she was had any good intentions. I mean, that other woman was like, "Oh yeah, that's mine." The other woman out thugged her like, "That's
Yep.
mine."
Yep.
And the other woman went and spent money on it. The other woman wouldn't use it. Yeah, man.
Supervision. As for Sandra, she says she won't let what happened to her change who she is.
I'm not going to change anything about me. You drop your money, I'm going to give you your money back. You know, I'm going to help you.
This is weird.
Yeah, this her just that whole, it's just strange, man.
I would have just given it to like this is weird to just take it and instantly walk out. It's just weird, man.
And how quickly she snatched it.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't even stop. She snatched it, and like she didn't want to give him a chance to say nothing to her.
Money back, you know. I'm going to help you. I'm not going to change. I'm going to be me.
Was that look
Yeah,
on
she didn't even look at him and ask. She didn't even look at him and ask, "Hey, did you see somebody leave the card behind?" No questions about that. I mean, that would be something to ask if I saw that. Did you see somebody leave this behind?
Yeah,
I would
man.
not have walked out the fucking store with it.
Yeah, it's just bizarre, man. Let's see what the comments are saying.
That fucking judge has a husband, I guarantee it.
Yeah. Keep fighting, Sandra. Sue them. They still will not take ownership for wronging this young lady.
They did nothing to violate her rights.
This should be on
And
Nancy Grace.
Putting it to the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the one that makes the charging decision. She lied to police officers about taking it, so they had probable cause to arrest her. It's up to the prosecutor to complete the investigation.
This should be on Nancy Grace, Rashad Ritchie, and several other platforms. Accountability, Detroit Police.
Well, who was questioning her? A son's sister police officer.
She said she handed the card to someone who didn't own the card. So she broke the law in Michigan. Doesn't mean, though, that they should have arrested her for the misunderstanding. Yeah. She's the perfect example of there is no justice in the system. It is just us in the system.
All of these idiots have seen people commit EBT fraud, credit card fraud, all kinds of frauds with cards, and now they all acting like she ain't do nothing. She removed somebody's credit card off that damn counter and walked into the parking lot with it, and then handed it to somebody she claims is a stranger. It's fucking weird, man.
Without asking them any questions. Oh, that's your card? Here you go.
What's your name? She could have looked at it and been like, what's your name? But she didn't want to get no problem with that subwoman. She know that could have ended up
exactly.
ugly.
She didn't want the woman in the pink pants to whoop her ass. So she gave
yeah, I could have ended up ugly quickly. Instantly, like with
could have ended up with her laid out unconscious in that parking lot.
Yeah. District Attorney Jason Williams has secured a murder conviction connected to the 2018 killing of the New Orleans rapper known as Young Greatness. His given name is Theodore Jones, and he was killed outside the Waffle House on Elysian Fields. A jury convicted one man last night, but he is not the only suspect. Alyssa Curtis has more on the conviction and a powerful message from the rapper's grieving mother.
You don't even realize what you did. You don't have a clue on what you did. You took somebody that would have gave you his shoes off his feet because he wasn't selfish. You didn't have that to do to a kind, loving soul.
Janine Rose is grieving 3 years after her son, New Orleans rapper Young Greatness, was killed. The musician, whose given name is Theodore Jones, was shot outside the Waffle House on Elysian Fields in 2018. But now Rose finally has some answers. Thursday night, a jury unanimously convicted Donald Rowe for the murder. Rowe will receive a mandatory life sentence, but he's not the only one serving time in connection to the killing.
This case is emblematic of the crisis that is plaguing the streets of New Orleans, specifically adults using this city's children to commit crimes for them.
Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams says Rowe didn't pull the trigger. Instead, he enlisted a 15 and a 19-year-old to shoot Jones. DA.
Wow. Well, the guy went and got a 15 and a 19-year-old to kill this guy.
And a
By the
19-year-old
way,
to shoot Jones. DA.
who believes that they would have he would have given his Jordans to anyone out there, given the shoes off his feet to anybody?
Not me.
Says Rowe didn't pull the trigger. Instead, he enlisted a 15 and a 19-year-old to shoot Jones.
DA Williams and Chief Woodfork say 2023 will be very different than 2022. They say they're using new strategies to hopefully calm down the crime surge that we've been seeing.
She has doubled down, really tripled down on report writing, making sure that information is documented with real specificity, as John Lewis used to say. Specificity matters because that is what the judges are going to be reading when they're setting bond. That is what the jury is going to be hearing when a case goes to trial.
But many are hoping it doesn't get to that point. Knowing the pain firsthand, Rose has a powerful message.
Get your children, get your babies, because that slow walk to that sad tune I had to take is not a walk y'all want to take. Get your children, y'all. Grab a hold of your children, because all I have is memories and a tune. You don't want that.
Hoping no one has to experience what she
come
has.
get your kids.
So Curtis, Eyewitness News.
Donald Rowe will be sentenced February 8th. DA Williams says the two teenagers did testify against Rowe. He says they will be tried as adults.
Did they ever show Rowe's photo or any of them or either one of them shooters? I didn't think so.
They will
And that's
come up with any way to describe it other than what it actually is.
But that's a trend I've noticed in the last 8 months. They don't even show us the people's faces. They just give you the names.
But you can tell it wasn't a glider by the lack of outrage.
Oh, if it was a
Right,
glider, that's all they would show. Is
They
they
would've
just put
showed
his
us.
face and then just describe every fucking thing that happened while his face was up there.
But we have seen a lot of mugshots, though. Like I gotta say, throughout the time, we've seen a lot of brother mugshots.
Yeah.
Tonight, Philadelphia police working to track down a man accused of sexually assaulting women. Investigators say he appears to target his victims at random. Action News reporter Annie McCormick, she's following the story for us. She's live outside of the Special Victims Unit in Hunting Park with the latest on this. Frightening details, Annie. What are you learning?
Yeah, Gray, that's right. All these attacks have happened in the Fairhill, Olney, and Nicetown sections of the city. The suspect is known to frequent the 5th Street corridor in Olney, and investigators fear that he's getting more confident committing these crimes. New video released by police shows separate attacks, including sexual assaults that police
Look at her.
believe
She
were
see
done.
him and she running. Damn, what? This is the life you sisters. She sees him and she knows it's on. For
This
him.
is what women wanted. Like, women have no room to complain. This is what you fucking wanted, you dumb bitches.
Yep.
This is where she should be reaching in a purse and pulling out the strap. We're getting ready to take him out.
This is what she begged for. This is what she demanded. Like, look at him just standing there like a like in the movies, like Jason Voorhees. He just
Like
be
Mike Myers, Michael.
He just be standing there, like, and you know it's on. Like he just
He hasn't even done anything yet, and she's immediately like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die."
Damn.
This is you gotta send this to what's it? Divested Zealot and Cynthia G. Some of there. 'Cause this is like he's not doing anything. He's standing over here looking at her, and she hauls ass. That is a fucked up existence, man. That's a fucked up. This is a 2-lane on each side of the street. This is looks to be a major intersection right here. There's a cross street right here. This is well lit.
Right. It'd be great if she had a gun, Ike.
I mean, I don't think a woman in this moment because a gun is more like aggression. It's more like of oh shit, this bitch ass nigga. Like that's why I get on Marcy a lot of times. Even a civilian, you're not like, oh shit, they're gonna nigga right. Like the some men we see in these videos just whipping out and shooting. They shot somebody yesterday. They were in a shootout
Right.
last week at the club.
They've been killed.
Yeah, like just to think that your first rodeo gonna be seeing a sun man looking at you, this bitch ass man. Like, nah.
That's why you have to train yourself
Yes.
how to use it. You have to train yourself to look for that, and you have to train yourself to be ready to pull it out. You have to be thinking about it ahead of time. You can't just be, oh, look at that. You've got to have thought about it ahead of time and live life with
hold
that
on.
mentality.
Look at the woman in Detroit that we did the story about. I think it was a couple days ago, yesterday. She just came out of the liquor store. The guy came up and just shot her dead and took her fucking car.
Yeah,
Like,
You can't do much. This one, she knew, and she had time to pull if she was willing to do so, and she had a gun.
But I wonder if he like ran up and grabbed her, or if he like snuck up. You know what I mean? Like played it out. I wonder. We don't know what.
Nah,
happened.
once she started running full speed, he started running.
Oh
So he
yeah,
probably
she
just
could
backed-
have done.
New video released by police shows separate attacks, including sexual assaults that police believe were done by
Oh
the same
yeah, she could have
person.
easily
The
pulled
man
on him.
seen in
Right?
these photos is who
It's a young guy. He looks like every dude in Philly. He got the New Balance on. He got
Right.
skinny sweatpants. He got a jacket and a hoodie. I mean, there's nothing that looks like him that looks different than any other guy.
But in that scenario
He's
we
got
just saw,
that
she could
Arbery
definitely
jacket
shoot him
right
down.
there.
She could definitely shoot him down right there. If she, I mean,
Yeah.
look at this.
If this woman was armed, this would have been a perfect opportunity for her to.
It's not like he try to play it off. He fucking charged at her.
No, but here's the thing. Her inclination is not fight. Her inclination is flight.
I've seen females. I've heard of females gunning dudes down. It does happen.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm talking about what do you think is more likely? What do you think is more likely? Yeah, this is more likely.
including sexual assaults that police believe were done by the same person. The man seen in these photos is who they are looking for. January 13th, just before 6:30 in the evening, in the 1600 block
Damn.
of West Bristol Street, a 24-year-old woman was attacked.
Unknown.
Look
man.
how quick, look how easy it is for him, man.
Our offender approached her.
Hey, she
grabbed
did
her,
that
put his hand
perfectly.
around her mouth.
Yeah, that was actually the exact move you're supposed to do. with that.
Exactly.
What? Turn them, fall down, and turn
You're supposed to
around?
drop to your
Yeah.
butt, spin, and kick.
Yep.
No,
And she did it damn near to the T.
Good job. I wish. Good job, sister.
Police say the same offender struck again near 5th and Lindley. This time, his victim was a 38-year-old woman.
She was approached by the male who grabbed her, tried to pull down her pants. She fought him off and he fled the scene.
The victim found a good Samaritan to walk with her across the boulevard, thinking she was safe. And while on the phone with her father, he attacked her again in the 4500 block.
I don't feel sorry for you women, especially you sisters. I do not feel sorry for y'all. You demand.
So he darted away and then circled back and came and attacked her again. Oh gosh.
This is what she demanded, and this is a horrible existence, man. This sucks. Like, I mean, think about how much it sucks. Just think about like if you're walking through your neighborhood and it's just a group of sons like hanging on the corner. Like they ain't even thinking about it, they're just hanging on the corner. And it's like, oh fuck these motherfuckers. Now think about like this.
Yeah. Well, think about it. I mean, really think about the local political rhetoric that spoke about how these dudes are victims. They're being targeted by the courts and law enforcement. So they should have, you know, the knee taken out their neck. And now look at you, girl, running for your life.
This fucking sucks. If you're a woman living in this area, like this is awful, man.
Now, do you think women are smart enough to self-correct on this?
No.
That's exactly. They're too fucking dumb to even realize they did this to themselves.
They're gonna go more in the opposite direction. Because women are not right for the men have to save women from this type of stuff. Like, look, it's just like with their sports, right? Like, men are the only reason women still have women's sports is because of men saying, like, come on, man, we can't. Yeah, get your you're a fucking dude. Get your ass off the fucking court. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass out the fucking pool.
Men are what gave them their sports in the first place with Title IX saying, oh, well, you can't compete with us, but we want you to have your sports too, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Run along.
Yeah, I think the protection of women isn't necessarily solely to protect them from the elements or from the animals, but it's to protect them from themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They
protect them from their feelings, because their feelings of their emotions get them into trouble. Their compassion get them into trouble.
Fairness. It's not even compassion. It's just they think everything is supposed to be fair, and everything is supposed to be like some people do things better than others. Like I was telling you, like there's the first engineer who engineered my first song. He's probably wondering why I didn't call him back for this song. And in a woman's mind, it's not fair that I went and got somebody who I thought was better to do it. Because he tried hard and he should be able to do. No, you go like this. That's not how life works. And
women don't operate in hierarchies.
Yeah, everybody has to be the same.
Everyone is the same. Look at how they treat refugees that rape and kill them.
Yeah.
They value them more than the men that give them rights and equality and all that shit.
Yeah.
The word I was looking for was empathy.
This time, his victim was a 38-year-old woman.
She was approached by the male who grabbed her, tried to pull down her pants. She fought him off, and he fled the scene.
The victim found a good Samaritan to walk with her across the boulevard, thinking she was safe, and while on the phone with her father, he attacked her again in the 4500 block of North 5th Street.
The same male approached her, grabbed her again, pulled down her pants, and assaulted her. She was able to fend him off again.
Police say he has the same MO and is finding his victims in areas relatively close to each other. The latest attack was January 18th here in the 4900 block of North Lawrence Street around 7 in the evening. A 25-year-old woman was assaulted. Again, he tried to pull down her pants and she fled.
Nervous, upset that this is happening.
Today, this neighbor on that same block did not want her face shown, but said residents are concerned. Police believe he is getting bolder.
It's cause for concern because, like I said, it appears that he's escalating, and we want to get him off the street immediately.
He's living with a sister in that area somewhere.
And Shari, investigators here at SVU are now checking in with all police districts across the city to see if he could be connected to any other crimes. Any information, call 215-686-TIPS.
Man, that sucks, man. That's a shitty ass fucking existence there, man. God damn. Wow. And on that note, man, salute. Great show, guys, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Good night.
Night.